Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are wrapping up the Suicune research event. The final... What is this? Please note the following before moving to another site. You have mission rewards waiting to be claimed. That is a good notification. Thank you very much, game. I was very thrown off by that. I have literally never seen that screen. But yes, I do want my diamonds. So, let's not do that. Let's go ahead and grab our diamonds. We're going to grab our sleep points. That's going to put us at 1,477 for our grand total. I appreciate you telling me that, game. That is very nice, very generous of you. All right, we do have the good sleep day bundles are now available. And for our daily lottery, we are going to pick up a small dream cluster. Very nice. All right, not too bad, not too bad. Well, let's go ahead and jump into this sleep report and let's see what we're going to get for our final sleep research of the Suicune research event. I'm just now realizing that I goofed very hard and forgot to use my focus incense, so yay me and my smooth brain, but at least we should still end up with a decent amount of research XP. I wanted to really take advantage of the event and use it on Sunday night, and I completely forgot. But definitely a dozing sleep based on that. Sleep was all over the place last night. Okay, so we should get a pretty decent amount. I know we're going to get the 1.5 times. I'm trying to remember what I was at before. I think I'm going to get around 30,000, about 220,000. Wow, 216.9 million, almost 217 million. Not bad. I did see where a couple of folks were telling me to try to get to a certain point to try to get that 3-star Suicune, but I was so far away, it just wasn't going to happen. A top belly for alligator, though, is going to happen. That's pretty cool. I see 2 brand new sleep styles already, maybe 3. I'm really kicking myself right now for not using that focus incense. That's a bunch of XP I missed out on because I was not paying attention. Yeah, only 5 sleep styles that we had before. So we got Suicune, Pikachu, Psyduck, Totodile, and Squirtle, which the Suicune we knew we were going to get because of the incense. That means we've got 4 brand new sleep styles. So a top belly for alligator. If only you were shiny, that would just be fantastic. All right, buddy. Not the first one. We just need the 3-star now. We're almost there. We're getting very close. We're also doing very well on our sleep style goals. There is not a lot left for us to find. The 3-star Arbok Uncoiled Sleep. Not a lot left for us to find in the sleep decks. We're getting, I think we're pretty much above 75% on every island. Some were even into the 80s. That completes the Arbok. Skeledirge might be brand new. I don't remember if I got one during the event. During the 1-year anniversary, I don't remember if I got a Skeledirge. So maybe this is a new one. Sturdy Sleep. It is.
The fireball on its head has gained a soul, and when Skeledirge's sleep is shallow, the fireball moves around and sometimes plays pranks. Skeledirge is an excellent caretaker and never gets angry no matter what's done to it. It just keeps sleeping.
All right, very nice. I like Skeledirge. Skeledirge, definitely my favorite of the Gen 9 starters, but you know, I'm biased. It is the fire type, so definitely biased there. And a new Croconaw. This might actually be the final Croconaw. Not sure. I think I got the top belly Croconaw earlier this week. Either that or I am just making things up in my head case. No, I think I did get it earlier this week. Croconaw is now done. Nice, not bad. A very productive research for the sleep decks. 4 brand new styles, very good, and a couple that we completed entirely. Hungry Squirtle, that's it. Ooh, actually, you know, I don't think it really matters all that much. I could feed the Arbok, or I could just take home another Squirtle. I would like an AAB Squirtle. I think that's the one I don't have. Or yeah, let's go ahead and the AAB Squirtle is not as important. Getting a better Totodile is. Let's go ahead and take the Totodile home and we will wrap it up there. A very, very big boy research, but just not a lot that I'm really all that worried about. We only have 4 biscuits left. Yikes. Things aren't looking good. Good thing the event is over. Nope, we're gonna send out the Suicune candy. Where's it at? There you are. Definitely the Suicune candy. 110 more mains. All right, very nice. Very good. And that means 11,681. If I had used that, I would have gotten 23,200 and something. We did make it to 58 though. Finally, we did get another biscuit, a friend incense. Ooh, they don't give those out too often. And 2 dream clusters. Very good. Very good rewards. And 23,259 dream shards. I like it. Okay. Moment of truth. Totodile. Relaxed. Oh no. It is berry finding at level 10. We figured that out already. That's good. Berry finding, inventory up. Not so much. Helping speed, skill trigger, and dream shard bonus at 100. Not bad. Relaxed is okay. It's not the best nature. It's kind of about the same as neutral to me. A little less than neutral because the XP gains down does kind of suck, but not bad. But I'm thinking with all these sub skills, it's probably not going to match up to our other one that we already evolved into a Feraligatr. I mean, it is going to be very good, but having berry finding at level 10 is kind of skewing it a bit because, yeah, berry finding and helping speed are very good. Those are the ones you really want. We'll hold on to it. I don't think we're going to get rid of it. We just probably won't invest in it for a hot minute. But we're definitely going to hold on to it because this could go on a team with other Feraligatrs to make a really, really strong powerhouse. So we're definitely going to hold on to it. We're just going to see what this rates as. Looking pretty steady around 94. So that's good. That's pretty good. 93. Come on. Are we gonna call it a 93? That's kind of what it's looking like. So B 93. No, 94. Yeah. Okay. B 94. BFS. All right. And we are done. Very, very good. Okay. I like it. Not bad. Pretty solid catch. Could have been better, but definitely could have been a lot worse. So pretty good sleep research to wrap up the end of the event. We did make it to Master 15. We've got our weekly summary that we're going to go through and we'll wrap up everything that we got to. All right, the experience you gain from this sleep research will now be put towards other areas of sleep research because my Cyan Beach was already capped out at 60. So it's going to be divided amongst the other 3. Taupe Hollow, Snowdrop, and Lapis Lakeside. I don't have either of those at 60. I'm curious what they are going to look like though. But for now, week 60 is, we made it to Master 15, which is down from last week, but that makes sense. We had a good camp ticket last week, but still a record for Cyan Beach. So still doing good. So we've got 1,446,379 final strength, 520,497 from berries, and 800,850 from cooking. Very nice. Overall grade of D, which is not surprising. I missed a day, but at least I still got 2 handy candies. Yeah, I technically missed a day because on Tuesday I went to bed after 4 o'clock. So that one day ruined everything. Interesting. All right, well, let's move on. And I think everybody kind of figured out I was going here. Oh, maybe I don't have 75% here. 70 for everything for sure. 83, 83, 87, 75. Yeah, Taupe is the only one where I don't have above 75, but area bonus is 59%. I mean, it's basically full, and then this week we'll make it full, so whatever. We're going to go here. Everybody kind of figured it out because overstacking Marowak. That wasn't my intention setting out at the beginning of last week. It just kind of happened that way with Marowak getting the favored berry for Snorlax last week and then getting the good Suicune that could help him overstack. So it just kind of worked out that way. We got curries and stews again. That could be beneficial. That could be very beneficial. Okay, 10 more apples. Well, we definitely don't need more of those. We have plenty. but we're going to do things a little bit out of order. You know, I want to get breakfast done so that we don't have to worry about it in case we get caught up doing other things. Let's go ahead and collect from Suicune first. No skill triggers. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, how about you? I definitely knew there weren't going to be skill triggers there, but I'm going to collect all of your inventory. So with everybody's overstacking, we're going to see how far we get. I wish there was a way to skip, actually. Look at that. It just doesn't stop. It just doesn't stop. It doesn't stop. There it goes. It finally stopped. Ton of berries. Let's see. Over 200 berries in Marowak's inventory. So that's going to take us pretty far. I am going to go ahead and make breakfast, and then we'll just have to subtract the amount of breakfast from it. I don't know what to, well, we'll just do the limbercorn stew. That's what we got for now. We definitely don't have time to get ingredients together. We'll just throw in a bunch of some of this excess that we have, and we'll go from there. I mean, an extra tasty would be nice. That'd be fantastic, since I didn't get one yesterday. Didn't make dinner yesterday, just kept the ingredients. Even with dinner, if it went extra tasty, there was no way to get to that mark that we would have tried to get to for the 3-star Suicune. So that's why I went ahead and saved the ingredients. 16,378 is not very good, but we also started with a suboptimal dish. Hey, looky there, it's already lunch. It's a good thing I made breakfast first. We already started with a suboptimal dish on Monday of last week. So starting suboptimally for the first meal isn't the worst thing. It's not going to ruin everything. But this will allow us to get a good head start with the berries that we had overstacked, because we did have a little bit of overstack with Feraligatr and Croconaw as well. They're not favored, so they won't be as strong, but it will help. So while Snorlax is eating, let's go ahead and check. I don't think we have new news. We do not, but we do have Good Sleep Day coming up this week. I'm trying to remember the exact dates. It is starting tomorrow. Cool. So starting tomorrow, we have the first day of Good Sleep Day. Then Wednesday is the middle day, and Thursday is the final day, ending Friday morning at 4 a.m. So good to know. This is your reminder to get your incense ready and actually use them, unlike I did. Stupid me. We do have 44 community reports with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 that doubled up. Very nice. No more mains. That makes sense. All right, let's go check out the shop. Let's see our final total, 291 mains. Of course, we're gonna buy the cheap incense to hold on to. We'll keep that in our pocket for a rainy day when we think we can get the 3-star. I can only buy one more Suicune biscuit. Actually, hold on. Do I want to do that? Am I that worried about a water stone? I mean, one great biscuit versus 1,400 sleep points. 1,400 sleep points buys a lot of Poke Biscuits. Yeah, we'll get the water stone. We'll make sure we get the water stone. That's probably a good call. And then candy, water type candy is also very useful. Let's do a mix of each. You know what? No, let's just buy all the water candies that we can. We're going to get plenty of handy candies from other sources. So let's just buy all the water type candies. And then we'll buy a couple of Suicune candies just to use as many mains as possible. All in all, not bad. We bought out the things we wanted, the main skill seed, the water stone. We bought as many biscuits as we could. We got as many chances to see Suicune as possible. Probably could have bought, well, definitely could have bought more biscuits if I wasn't constantly trying to spawn Suicune just for the shiny chance and XP and shards. But I think it's worth it in the long run. So we are going to get a few biscuits on Thursday. That's good. We're still not to the point where Snorlax is eating the figgy berries yet. I just want to see what that strength is going to look like. But we can... okay, so that's for the sleep decks. We can go ahead and start formulating a plan for this week. We got curries, so that will be interesting. Let's go ahead and switch back on over. Let's check our curries. So I haven't updated the level yet, but Dream Eater Curry is now 57. But what if we wanted to try for something more? Let's see. Hypothetically, if we wanted to make something that was more in line with the berries for this island, ninja curry would probably be the way to go, but I don't think I have the best soybean gatherer. I don't think that would work. Let's see, it's lepa berries, figgy berries, citrus berries, so fire types would definitely be good. Definitely be good. Ground types, rock types. I mean, we could take a look. Sausage, I'm not worried about. Mushrooms, I'm not really too worried about. I think we can make that work, but we would be looking at a full team of ingredient gatherers at that point. Ooh, actually, I mean, it's a water type, but one thing we could do is take a little look-see doodle at our Quaxley. Where's our team analysis? Why am I losing my mind? There it is, team analysis. Could take a little look-see doodle at our Quaxley and see. I haven't updated you in a long time. You are level 42. Okay. Level 42, Taupe Hollow. So if we want to make, I really want to see how much strength we're getting from those berries, the figgy berries from Marowak. Made it to another rank up. So basic 4, not bad, not bad. Still haven't made it to the figgy berries, and that's why Marowak is very strong. Look at that, 3 more. Okay. So if we want to make the ninja curry, let's also check the auto team maker, which the auto team maker is a premium feature, but let's see what we can do with this. Curry's 57, and we want to not Inferno. Let's aim for Ninja, because this will be a good week to level it up since we basically have a 60% area bonus here with the 59%. This will be a good week to level this up. So let's see. Can we make this happen? Let's work on meal coverage. Let's focus on that and calculate. No, oh, I thought that was going to say nothing. I was going to be very surprised. Okay. Okay, that looks like a better team. We might have to do that, actually. Okay, now we've made it to the figgy berries. There are 194 each, which is probably a result of Marowak's level. Because I know the Blastoise on Cyan was bringing in like 300 something. Yeah, Marowak's only level 31. That makes sense. Okay, so this is the suggestion for our best team, and it's estimating that we will be able to make 83.5% of all of the meals and reach Master 8. Interesting. Okay. We'll probably be short 53 leeks, 99 shrooms, and 22 soybeans, but that seems like something we could work around. Definitely seems like something we can work around. Let's export this to team analysis. We'll just say taupe export, and we'll move back over to team analysis, and here we go. Where's it at? Probably need to refresh the page. That might help. Refresh. Yeah, there it is. Taupe. Okay, so in this scenario, very interesting that it went with the Doug Trio over the Quaxley. Quaxley would help with the soybeans and the leeks. Even though what we want is an ABB, I think a small investment to at least get this started would help. And that's not even the right Graveler, I don't think. Okay, let's start plugging Pokemon in their place. Okay, so first off, Is this the graveler that it's talking about? Level 21. Yeah. ABA helping bonus. This is the one it's talking about. As long as we don't let it get to level 30, it doesn't hamper our soybean production. However, I have a feeling that we don't need this on the team. I have a feeling that we're going to be okay without either of them, to be honest with you. Let's go take a look at our Quaxley real fast. We'll get a production comparison on these two, because that's the real question. If we were to use this graveler, I would evolve it today, and I believe it evolves at 25. But we'll just put it at 25 anyway for the inventory up M, because we definitely want that no matter what. And then the Quaxley that we caught was this one. ABA. Did I save it? I think I might not have saved it. No, I didn't save it because I was thinking about not using it, but I held on to it because sometimes you guys give me ideas that could work, and I think about them and I'm like, yeah, you know, we could try it. Let's see. Would this work at least for a little while and make no more investments beyond level 30? Skill level up S, inventory up S, ingredient finder S. That's a long way to go for ingredient finder. Helping speed and inventory up L with serious nature. Maybe. The problem is, I think best case scenario, this thing just was not doing that well. So let's see. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Soybean production is half, or not even half, it's about a third of what the golem is doing. And the golem doesn't even need to be level 30. Yeah, that's pretty rough. And then Doug Trio, ABA, let's expand. Let's see. How many leaks are we getting a day? 27? Ooh, yikes. And we need, for the Ninja Curry, 36. Ooh, that's gonna be rough. Farfetch needs to be in the game immediately. We need Farfetch so fast. Oh man. Yeah, this is bad. I'm thinking Ninja Curry is just not a viable meal for me. You know what? I had an idea. Scrap all that. We're going to do something different. We're going to do something very, very different. Let's see. Tails. How are we looking? I could. You're pretty good. You get tails at 30. But you're a skill specialist. You get tails at 60, so you don't count. Okay. How about you? Same thing. Skill specialist, tails at 30. Could get you to level 60, but I don't think that would help. Let's see. We'll just do it right here. I've already got it pulled up. Slow bro. Let's just assume you're level 60. It's a ton of investment, but let's see how that pans out. 15 tails a day. Not enough. Cool. So that's not going to work either. We need to find something that we can make that's going to be easy to get the ingredients, preferably with fire types. That would be ideal. So herbs and sausage. Let's go take a look at our pantry. If we have enough eggs, which I don't think we do, we can maybe do that for a while. We could do this bulk up bean curry and just swap in. It's a little too low though. We're gonna have a problem no matter what we do, I think. I think outside of just going for the Dream Eater butter curry again, it's just gonna be a problem. As much as I want to do something new, I just don't have the Pokemon for it. I do not have the ingredient finders to do the things that I want to do. Which I realize is a funny thing to say when I have the Pokemon to make the strongest recipe, but making the strongest recipe locks me into a certain team build that I don't necessarily want to use because I want to try something different. But I have an idea that may work out for us in the long run. What we're going to do something very strange. It's gonna be very weird. It's gonna be weird, but I think it's gonna be worth it. We're gonna leave Suicune on the team for right now. We're gonna put our big boy Blastoise up here. We've got plenty of milk to last for a while. We're just getting cocoa. So we should also have a ton of tomatoes. Well, I said let's double check, so let's double check. Let's double check how we're doing. Let's go to the pot. Curries and stews. Today's going to be a long video for all of you that enjoy the super long videos. All right. Yes, we have a good amount of milk. We've got a decent amount of cocoa. We want to keep it that way. We've got not as many tomatoes as I thought, but we do need potatoes. And in order to get potatoes, we're going to have to get our Masquerada to level 50 to get those potatoes coming in very well. But I think it's worth it to do so, just not right now. For right now, let's bring in our old victory bell, the ABA. Let's get some potatoes because I feel like as it stands, Victory Bell performed way better on the potato front than Masquerada did. So let's make sure we bring in Victory Bell, get some more tomatoes on top of more potatoes. We already have an excess of tomatoes, so that's going to work in our favor. And we're going to try something a little bit different. It's not going to be to the effect that I want, but I think it will be good because if we can just get a couple here and there, it will help significantly. And we are going to get this guy to level 25 and do something wild and crazy. So we're going to try the Dedenne strat that I've seen people in the Discord doing to great effect. My effect will probably not be as good as theirs, but we're going to try it even with just a small investment and see how it works out. Because I think that if we go back to rate the Pokemon and we bring up this Dedenne, we're going to find out that a little bit is going to go a long way with this guy. So this is the Dedenne we're talking about. It is just up to 60. It's still maybe 76. I mean, the first 3 sub-skills on this Dedenne are pretty much exactly what we want. Helping speed, skill trigger, inventory. All very good. Okay, so it looks like it did drop a little bit. However, if we do something cheeky, if we do something very cheeky, let's see, 25, we can expect 3.7 a day. Not bad. But if we get a little bit wild, just a little bit, I'm going to do this for the science. Now, which one went up first? Helping speed. I was hoping skill trigger would land, but unfortunately, no. So let's get rid of that and put helping speed there. And now let's see. So 3.7 is what we were looking at before. Now we're at 3.9 and the rating has gone up pretty substantially. However, if we do it again, skill trigger M, so we're at 3.9. Nice. Sweet. So 3.9, 83. We did it again. And now we've got skill trigger M. Substantially better. 4.4. And that's just at level 25. The further we invest in this Dedenne, the better it gets. 6.3. Boom. But if we do it again, this is all for science. And if this turns out to work and be a great thing, then this is going to go a long way. We raise it by 5%, which isn't much, but if we can get several a day, that 5% will add up. And we can see just how much extra tasty we're going to get. And you know what? We got a bunch of Dedenne candy. We got a decent amount of dream shards. Let's just, let's see. What's the difference between 25 and 30? So 4.4 at 25 and still 4.4 at 30. But little bit faster is a little bit faster. So how far can we take you? Level 32? That's not bad. You know what? Might as well make the big investment. We've already invested seeds. What's a little bit of candy and shards, you know? We had to do the candy for a mission anyway. Plus, that little bit of extra cocoa can help out. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. And then we can invest in this Suicune as well. The inventory up is not as high as I would like it to be, but unfortunately there's nothing I can do about that right now. Even if I had a subskill seed left, I couldn't do it because the inventory up M blocks me, which is unfortunate, but it is what it is. So let's I got 432 Suicune candies. I just want to get it to level 30 just for that nice round number. So let's do that. And I think we are in a good place that we can see how this is going to work. We don't have a berry specialist. We are relying entirely on cooking this week. So it's going to be an interesting experiment to see how well this goes. We did have that head start with all of the overstacked berries that we had, but the rest of the week is going to rely entirely on how well we can gather our ingredients. And Suicune is going to help us with that, with the helper boost. It's not boosted like it was during the event, but it will still add up. And then Dedenne giving us 5% extra tasty chance every time. If we get to a point where we have a decent amount of ingredients for the rest of the day or 4 or 5 meals, we can swap in the other Dedenne as well and double stack those buffs and see how it goes. And then Gardevoir keeping everybody's energy high should help keep production of not only the ingredients, but the skill triggers very high. That is the goal this week, is to just run this experiment on an island where we need just 1% left to cap it out. So we might as well come here and cap it out anyway. And it's just taking an easy break. This is the perfect week to just run an experiment, and who cares what rank we get to? We're just seeing what happens. Sometimes that's the fun of science, just to see what happens. So I know it seems crazy that I used all those seeds, but we'll get them back eventually. May be a while, but we'll get them back eventually. And we're going to learn a valuable lesson that, either it'll go well and you guys can employ a similar strategy, or take this strategy and modify it and make it better, or it will go terribly for me, but maybe you guys can still learn something and hopefully perfect it even more than I was able to. And we'll go from there. But we are going to get a Cyndaquil in since this week if things go well. So that's good, because I definitely do still need a better Cyndaquil. But that is where we're going to wrap it up today. It's going to be a big experiment this week to see how things perform in practice, and we'll just have to see how things go. But that's going to be it from me today. Thank you for watching the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date on this experiment that I'm running this week. And a huge shout out to our ace trainers, Flightmaster, Illusion, JP, White, Husky Star, and Jassy. Thank you for supporting the channel. And if you'd like to support the channel, go ahead and click that join button right next to the subscribe button. And while you're down there, go ahead and click the link to the Discord in the description box and come join us, talk about Pokemon Sleep, get behind the scenes details about this experiment. And other than that, y'all have a good night. Enjoy your week off after the event. Hopefully things went well for you. And yeah, till next time. Later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on a day 2 of just a chill week here at Taupe Hollow, running our experiment with Dedenne to see how things go. And so far, not great at all, but we'll talk about that later. We've also got some big news to discuss. It was spoiled for me a little bit, but not entirely. So I know we've got something very interesting to talk about, so stick around. We'll get to that, but we are going to start with 8,660 sneaky snacking and a small ingredient ticket for going to bed on time. We're also going to rank up. This will put us at like Ultra something? No, Grade 5. Grade 5. Not starting off as strong as we did last week, but here we are. We're actually starting off stronger than we did last week. We're by the time I went to bed last night, I was already at what we started with on Monday last week. But it is what it is. With our 100 sleep points, we are now at 1,577. Good Sleep Day bundles again are available, and also tonight is the first night of Good Sleep Day, so make sure to use your incenses if you do plan to use them, and swap out your team for the Pokemon that need XP. And we're also going to grab 1 Pokebiscuit for our daily lottery. So not bad. We are starting off today very well because we do need biscuits. Biscuits are nice. I like having biscuits. But let's jump into this sleep report, see if we can get anything interesting. I did not come here with any expectations of hunting or trying to find anything in particular, so we're just gonna see what shows up. You know, maybe we'll get lucky and get an onyx, but probably not gonna get the sleep type we need for that. Or maybe we will, I don't know. Let's see. Nope, dozing type. I believe onyx is slumbering if I remember correctly, so probably not gonna see that too often. But at the start of the week, at least we got 6 spawns. You know what? It's not that bad. Almost 14.5 million. 6 spawns, that's good enough for me. As long as it's not 5 or 4. Nah, yeah, 4 would probably be the lowest I'd be okay with on a Tuesday. We actually got 7 though, because I forgot. I used an incense. You probably saw it in the top corner there. I used it just to get an extra spawn, just to get some extra dream shards and stuff. It's very little, very minor, but ultimately, what else am I saving this for? I mean, I could use it for the use 7 incense missions, but So we got Raticate, Toxicroak, Gulpin, Arbok, Swalot, Ekans, and Ghastly. Well, there is one that we could use a better Pokemon of. Ekans, for sure. We could use a better one. Maybe we can eventually use an Ekans whenever we do finally get poison berries on an island. Gulpin, wouldn't hurt to have a better Gulpin either. But let's see. Have I fed an Ekans already? I did feed an Arbok already. I haven't fed Ekans yet. I could catch the Gulpin, but I kind of, at this point, just want to use a biscuit, a bonus biscuit on Arbok. Want to take this home because we already almost caught it. Might as well finish it up. I'll go ahead and use that biscuit we got today. That's fine. We'll finish it up, take this home, and then that'll... You know what? I will use one more biscuit. I'll use one more biscuit. Let's see. One more biscuit on the Gulpin, and we'll just leave it at that, and we'll see what happens. Not the crit cap, but that's okay. We can guaranteed take it home next time with a bonus biscuit. No worries. So we're fine. We'll wrap it up with just the Arbok. Hopefully it'll be good. One level on the main skill is not going to be that impactful for Arbok, but as far as candy goes, I don't know. I actually haven't paid attention now that Quagsire's out to see if Ghastly candy is actually as meta relevant as it used to be. I haven't checked into that now that I think about it. Toxicroak, I feel like Croagunk candy is probably still pretty helpful. A lot of people need a good oil gatherer. We really only have 2, Toxicroak and Cramorant. So yeah, even if Ghastly candy is the meta relevant one, I feel like most people are going to have plenty of Ghastly candy. They may have enough Croagunk candy. Honestly, maybe this conversation is just in my own head and actually completely irrelevant because everything I found today, everybody has plenty of candies of. So I'm going to send out the Croagunk. Hopefully it's helpful. And only 895 research XP. That is a lot less than it has been the last few days with 1,500 dream shards. Kind of missing the event already, but we got Arbok, and let's see just how good this is going to be. It is level 19 and hardy. There you are. Okay, stats. Come on, click on the button. There we go. Full ingredient spread with skill trigger S. Actually, this main skill isn't that bad. It just probably won't do me any good. But it's looking like this does not have the sub skills we want. Not at all. Yeah, only one that would actually be beneficial for it as a berry gatherer, and it's all the way at level 100. So this is not going to go great. Not at all. Not at all. Let's see. I mean, it's better than I thought it was going to be, to be fair. I'm not sure exactly what I thought it was going to be, but well, no, maybe not. Yeah, we're getting into the faded gray numbers. It's bad. This one's pretty bad. That's unfortunate. I mean, we do have a somewhat decent Ekans. Definitely not what we would want, though. Not for a true berry specialist. And this one is not doing us any favors, so I guess the hunt for a good Ekans continues, but that's just another one to add to the list of Pokemon that I still need a good version of. This is taking forever. We already know it's bad. I'll let it run in the background while we move on, because you never know exactly how long these are going to take, but it's not that exciting. We're definitely sending it to the professor. So we'll just move on. We'll get to the more exciting stuff, because we do know there are good things ahead. We got another 101 sneaky snacking. Before we get into the news, because I don't know how long this is going to take to go through the news, with what it is, I imagine it's going to be a pretty big announcement, but just in case, I'm going to go ahead and get through this. Suicune triggered once yesterday. Starting off with a single trigger is not great. Honestly thinking about swapping Suicune out for maybe Raikou, but I need to take a look at Raikou's main skill and see if it's actually going to be better. Then we've got Dedenne, who only triggered twice yesterday. Funny enough, just like now, was a double trigger about an hour after I finished recording yesterday's video. Not a single trigger after that, so that's unfortunate. We are only at a plus 20% chance of extra tasty right now. Blastoise has been doing well. Victory Bell, I did have to bring in Masquerada for a little bit to help out. Hoping that I get a decent amount of potatoes just to stock up. Everybody's energy was very high before I went to bed last night. I think everybody was still at like 115 or something. And Gardevoir, I took off the team at like 130 something percent. So we should have no issues with that. It shouldn't mess up anything. It should just give us a nice little bump in the potato production just to make sure that we have enough, because I did almost miss lunch with the butter curry because of potatoes. So I just wanted to get that little bump just to make sure that we were safe for the rest of the week. However, where is Gardevoir? Now that we have a decent potato bump there, I want to bring in Gardevoir. That Arbok is 27 PR. Yes, very bad. So definitely going to the professor. Anyway, we got Arbok back on the team, and actually, you know what, while I'm on this screen, let me go ahead and double check the Raikou. This could be a better choice since we only have Blastoise on the team. Suicune actually isn't getting the buff to its main skill, and Raikou does have skill level up M. So it is only ×3 versus ×2, but over the course of the week, hopefully that will help out. And this Raikou, if I remember correctly, actually has a pretty decent number of skill triggers per day. So we'll swap him in, and hopefully it will work out better in the long run for us. The good news is, even if the one Pokemon does actually help, Dedenne is on the team, electric type, so it's the same number of boosts, but I'm pretty sure only 2 does not give you a boost. I think you have to have at least 3 of the same type for it to actually increase the amount. But let's make this breakfast and then we can get into the juicy news. All right, we have Dream Eater Butter Curry, of course. Yes, we have a nice little bump harvest of potatoes. We are good. 20% chance, so actually a 30% chance for an extra tasty. With that being the case, let's see, what do we want to throw in here that's a little bit better? You know what, there's not really much else that I really want to throw in here that would be better. I mean, I guess technically honey is better than apples. Apples are the worst ingredient in terms of just the amount of strength that they give, I think, but that 101 on honey made me think it wasn't. Still no extra tasty. Okay, well, 30% chance, Sunday odds basically. Still haven't got an extra tasty, so that's kind of interesting. So far the experiment is not going super well. I do feel like it could go better with more investment in the Dedenne, but until it starts to show some promise, I don't want to put everything I have into it. But we are at least at Ultra 1. So the cooking side is going very well. And once we get enough ingredients, we can swap over to some berry stuff. But for now, we're going to leave it as is, and we're going to jump into the news. Oh, a lot of news. Okay. Well, that was unexpected. So we got Sleep Style Discovery Week. We have a new event coming up. I'm glad I made breakfast. It's going to take a while to get through all of this. So Sleep Style Discovery Week. You can fill in more entries in your Sleep Style decks during the Sleep Style Discovery Week. This week-long event is a special opportunity that will make it easier to encounter Pokemon Sleep Styles you haven't yet registered in your Sleep Style decks. We encourage you to discover Pokemon Sleep Styles you haven't discovered yet. Cool. The event is going to be Monday, September 23rd, which I think is next week. Yes, next week. So we have a week break after Suicune, and then we got another event. Kind of wish we had another week off, but it's all right. It's whatever. The event is at all areas, so it will probably feel like an off week in a way based on what I'm imagining, but let's see what it actually is. So all days for the whole week, Pokemon Sleep Styles that you haven't discovered yet are more likely to appear during sleep research. So potentially, if you get a good amount of strength, potentially a time to use some incense to try to force the 3 stars of specific Pokemon that you want. Final strength gains from dishes will be multiplied by 1.25. Nice. Or 2.5 for extra tasty. Or 3.75 for extra tasty dishes on Sunday only. A few Pokemon of different sleep types will appear during sleep research regardless. Okay, so we get pseudo balanced as well. That's good. That's a very good thing for an event like this. I feel like it would be a very big fumble if they did not give us pseudo balance during this kind of event. All of the notes look to be the same as always, so I won't go over those now. But good to know. That's going to help people kind of get a nice little push into filling out the sleep style decks and getting the goals and unlocking Lapis, which is making me think that those sleep style decks goals are going to unlock with the new island. So almost certainly, I don't see why they wouldn't. They've had it tied, the new island's tied to the sleep style decks, so good thing to try to help people push through and maybe get this new island unlocked. But let's see if this new island is gonna be harder than Lapis, or if they're gonna squeeze it in somewhere in the middle and it's gonna be a little bit easier. But let's find out. Let's see if we can get any information on that. New area coming soon. Old Gold Power Plant. I think we know what berry that's going to be. It's been reported that a new area, the Old Gold Power Plant, has been found, and it seems likely that new Pokemon encounters await you there. It is coming October 2nd at 3 p.m. So, I was saying yesterday, we're a little overdue for an island. We're probably going to get one for Halloween. It's going to be the ghost one. I was half right, I guess. I could take half credit on that. We were overdue for one. There was one coming soon in October, which is not the one I thought it was going to be. So we're going to get this new island, and then a couple weeks later, we're going to have the Halloween event. So that'll be an interesting month. October is going to be very, very interesting. Complete the deck's goal of registering 340 sleep styles. Finding more undiscovered sleep styles will help you prepare for the debut of the Old Gold Power Plant. Note, you may find this easier to do during the Sleep Style Discovery event, which begins on September 23rd. So they are trying to help us get there. Makes sense. More details will be announced soon at a later date. Not as much information as I thought we would get. So, Old Gold Power Plant, I'm guessing. Electric, steel. What else? What else would we have on a power plant? Electric and steel, I think, are pretty much given. What do we have left? We've got Bug. Who else doesn't have an island? I was about to say cherry berries, but fighting types have Lapis. Chesto berries, poison. I don't think that one would make sense. That's like a dark, like, oh, power plants put off toxic chemicals, so there's a poison. I mean, maybe. Could you find? Back in the day, could you find Grimer and Muck and all that at the power plants? I don't remember. Maybe poison would make sense. Let's see, what else? Lumberry. I think Bug makes the most sense. Bugs being attracted to light, electricity, and power plants being, tangentially related to light. I don't think it's gonna be ghost berries. Dragon berries, I don't think makes sense. Yeah, I'm thinking bug. That's going to be my guess. My guess is going to be electric, steel, bug. I think that's what they're going to do, which is going to make a very interesting island of ghost, dragon, and poison if that is what they do. So maybe they will do poison, and the dragon island will be dragon, ghost, and poison, bugberries. That would be interesting too. But my guess is electric, steel, bug. Let me know what berries you think it's going to be down in the comments. I'm pretty sure electric and steel are going to be like everybody's guess, and it's really that third one that we're kind of speculating on, unless they've already announced it somewhere and I just missed it. But who knows? We do have the Clefairy Bedtime Story commemorative gift. A Clefairy Bedtime Story, a special video focused on Pokemon that fall asleep in the world of Pokemon Sleep, has arrived. And we're sending out a special gift so each of you can also experience a wonderful encounter with Clefairy. If you use it during the 14th Good Sleep Day event, you may even meet a shiny Clefairy. You can accept this gift by tapping the gift box in the upper right of the in-game menu. It is 1 Clefairy incense. So make sure to go claim that. Go get your Clefairy incense. They are saying that you may meet a shiny Clefairy, so I don't think that means that it's a guaranteed shiny. If you use it during the event, I'd be very surprised if that's the case. We just know that this Good Sleep Day, we do have increased shiny odds for Clefairy, so I think they're just throwing it out there just to try to help everybody get a shiny one if possible, without guaranteeing it. So, not too bad. So let's go ahead and claim that gift now. Don't forget to claim yours. You definitely want to take any free gift they give you, and we will hold on to that. Let's see. Today is the 14th. No, it's not. What am I talking about? Today is the 17th. Hold on. Did I misread that news? Oh, I think I know what happened. I think I know what it was, but let me just double check. Yeah, use it during the 14th Good Sleep Day. My brain said, oh, during the Good Sleep Day on September 14th. No, this is the 14th Good Sleep Day. Today is September 17th. So if you want to get a good chance at a shiny Clefairy, now's the time. Or, you know, any of the line, we could see a shiny Cleffa and all that. I honestly would probably prefer a shiny Cleffa anyway, just for the extra levels on the main skill. But, well, I'm not going to be picky. I will take a Clefairy incense. But all right, so lots of good news, especially the new island. That is the most exciting part. I am kind of bummed that I was wrong, that it wasn't the Ghost Island. I thought for sure I had a winner there. I was like, yeah, this is definitely going to be it. This is going to be it. And then it's, no, it's Power Plant. Okay, well, you know, you can't win them all. But still, new island. And I'm pretty sure that we already have the sleep styles that we need for the island. Yeah, 412. So whenever we get that expansion, I'm assuming October 2nd is when the Sleep Style Dex expansion is coming out. They haven't officially announced it, but I don't see why it wouldn't. It does seem like it's implied based on the way the news is worded. So whenever we get that on October 2nd, let's see, we need 340 for the power plant. I'm at 412, and we've got the Sleep Style Dex event between now and then. I feel like I'll probably just max out the Sleep Style Dex goals immediately. So that'll be interesting to see what we get. And then I've only got 23 Pokemon left to befriend. I am getting very close to the end of the current Pokemon Sleep Dex. Not Sleep Dex. Well, yeah, Sleep Dex, not the Sleep Style Dex. I'm getting very close to the end. But we have some community reports. We're going to grab 48 of them. Very nice. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 that doubled up. Very good. Very good. Any level ups today? No level ups. And no more mains. I'm so sad. The Suicune event was so good to me. Okay, so we got a lot of good news. Can we get another skill trigger? Nope. A lot of good news. Very excited about the new island, finally. That gives us, let's see, October 2nd is how far away? So we've got, oh, that's weird. October 2nd is right in the middle of a week. That's Wednesday. That's super weird. I don't know why they do that. Hold on. Let me just double check and make sure I'm not mistaken here. Let's see. Yeah, 3 p.m. October 2nd. That's a Wednesday. Well, I don't like that. Why? Why in the middle of a week? Why? Just why? That's so weird. Okay, well, anyway, the one thing I wanted to check was how much time we have. So we've got the rest of this week, then all next week. And then if you don't go to the power plant as soon as it comes out, you've got another week. So what are we looking at in terms of our area bonus? How far can we get that before then? So these are my current area bonus. Not exactly. This is actually 59 and I forget which other one got a buff. So if I don't go to the power plant as soon as it's released, because I really don't like the idea of going in the middle of a week. It's so weird, but I don't know. I might. If we don't go immediately though, then let's see. Snowdrop is at 44. Wait a minute. That means both Taupe and Snowdrop got 4%. And then you got 2%. 10%. Why did I get 10%? That's super weird. That's very weird. I'm pretty sure that I'm not in the get 10% category. I'm pretty sure that my area bonus is above the cumulative 100 or whatever the criteria was, to where you only get 5% per week. But I definitely got 4% at Taupe, 4% at Snowdrop, and 2% at Lapis. So that's weird. Not gonna argue with it, but it's weird. Cool. Okay, well, we could. We could max out both of these islands if we wanted to, if I don't go to the power plant immediately. But we'll have to wait and see. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Just an interesting observation I wanted to make. Anyway, let's move on. We do have one last thing that we're going to do. We're going to check our missions and see. Straight to the weekly. Nope, we haven't completed any of them, but we are getting close. So cool. All right, we're in a good place. A lot of good news. We're just going to feed Snorlax lunch one more time. Lunch? One more time? Wow, we're just going to feed him one more time, and we're going to feed him lunch. That's what I meant to say. Come on, brain, get it together. What's wrong with you, man? Okay. Let's just do the apples. Let's see if we get the extra tasty here. What I really would like to do is if we can get our ingredients stocked up to a point towards the end of the week, still no extra tasty. We can get them stocked up to a really good place to where we have our ingredients for the rest of the week. Then we can really be cheeky, swap in Flareon, maybe even put, well, no, Entei wouldn't make any sense. I was going to say Entei to take advantage of Flareon, but we only have the one fire type still. But swap in Flareon to work with Dedenne and stack our extra tasty chances as well as our pot size. And hopefully get a very, very big extra tasty. That would be very interesting if we could do that. But so far, the experiment isn't going well. But we'll just have to wait and see how the rest of the week goes. Maybe we can get a little bit. Nothing there? No? Nothing at all? Raiko? No? Nobody? Okay, well, yeah, we're just gonna have to see how the experiment goes. One final reminder, it is Good Sleep Day. Tonight is the first night. It's not the big one, but Good Sleep Day is happening tonight. So make sure to use any incense that you plan to use tonight. Tomorrow's the big day, so tomorrow's the time to use your growth incense for that 6 times XP boost on any Pokemon that you might want to get some XP on. So make sure to do that tonight, tomorrow, and the day after. But for now, we're just going to continue the experiment, see how things go, and we'll go from there. So let me know what you think about all the news in the comments below, as well as your prediction for what you think the berry types are going to be for the new island. Make sure to hit that subscribe button while you're there. And thank you to our ace trainers Flightmaster, Illusion, JP, White, Husky Star, and Jassy. Thank you very much for supporting the channel. If you'd like to support the channel, go ahead and click that join button right next to the subscribe button. And while you're down there, click the link to the Discord in the description box. Come and join us, talk about Pokemon sleep theories and all kinds of other fun activities. Other than that, y'all have a good night. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on day 2 of just a chill week here at Topalo, and we are going to grab our double XP. We're going to grab 7,450 sneaky snacking. Not a lot, but that's okay. We weren't expecting a lot, and we're going to get 10 diamonds. And it is now officially the second day of Good Sleep Day. So tonight is the big night. Make sure to use your growth incense. If you've got them, this times 6 XP on your Pokemon team is just too good to pass up. So if you got a growth incense, now's the time to use them. That's definitely the plan for me tonight. But we're also going to grab 600 sleep points. We do get the 500 bonus for the Good Sleep Day the first night. That puts us at 2,177 total sleep points. And we can grab our daily lottery. And let's see, we've got us a small dream cluster. Very nice. All right. I like it. Very good stuff. Okay, let's jump into this sleep report and let's see if we get anything interesting. Given the announcement yesterday, maybe getting an Onix should be on our priority list. Seems like it could be a good time to do so. So we've got 9.5 hours of sleep. Definitely looking like a pretty balanced sleep. No, still dozing. Okay, cool. All right. Drowsy power times 1.5. So we might get 8 spawns today. We should. I did finally get 1 extra tasty for dinner last night, but that's been the first one. The Dedenne did go ahead and trigger twice after that. So I'm not sure. I've got an idea. I'm pretty sure I'm wrong, but we'll talk about it a little bit later. We got 51.5 million drowsy power, full 8 spawns. I did, of course, use an incense last night as well for the big event that's going on right now. Hey, a top belly Arbok. Nice. If only you were shiny. It's so strange. I'm not particularly a fan of snakes in real life. I don't hate them, but they're just kind of, I'm indifferent, but I, for some reason, really like Arbok. Looks like all of these are old. So we've got Clefairy, Toxicroak, Krogunk, Gulpin, Ghastly, Houndour, Gulpin again, Arbok, and Ghastly again. Okay, well, that is unfortunate. I feel like, I'm trying to think, did they give us pseudo-balanced sleep for this Good Sleep Day? I don't think they did, so that means that I didn't look at the Clefairy. I should have taken a look at that to see what sleep type it's under. Because I remember seeing a picture that somebody had posted in the Facebook group where their sleep research was like 6 out of 8 from the Clefairy line. So I was kind of looking forward to that, but seems like no luck for me. However, we did get lucky in the sense that Krogunk is hungry. So I'm going to feed Krogunk the bonus biscuit. And let me see. How many biscuits do we have left? Not too many, I don't think. We have 4. Yeah, we'll feed the 1. We'll feed the 1 biscuit to Clefairy. We'll see what happens. Maybe we get the crit cap. Nope, no luck. But we definitely need to defeat it. I forgot that Clefairy takes 7 to capture. I was expecting 5, but I guess Cleffa is 5 and Clefairy is 7. Now that I think about it, I think Pikachu is the same thing. Pichu is 5, Pikachu is 7. So I guess that makes sense. I guess that's the baby Pokemon friendship stuff, and I just never noticed before. But okay, as far as candy goes today, again, not concerned, but confused on which one is going to be the best candy to send out. You know what? We sent out the Krogunk yesterday. It was between Krogunk and Ghastly. So let's send out Ghastly today. I really don't think I have a great choice here. So hopefully it helps. But we are going to get 3,413 research XP. That's quite a lot. 6,400 dream shards. Very good. I'm okay with that. But now we need to figure out if this Krogunk is going to be good enough to replace our shiny boy. I hope it is. As much as I enjoy using the shiny boy, he's just not fast enough, and it's definitely not going to be. Oil, sausage oil is not what we're looking for. Also, I just realized that Krogunk is the only ingredient specialist that I have noticed so far that doesn't have a third ingredient at level 60. That's very weird. Very weird, but okay, sure. I guess that makes it easier to get AAA, but kind of. But okay, all right, well, let's see. Our sub skills are sleep XP bonus, not good. Yeah, this is definitely not gonna work. Skill trigger S. Ingredient Finder S all the way at level 50. Helping Speed M? No. Helping Speed S. Ah, this is not good. We really only want oil. So I'm just going to ingredient count A. And yeah, of course, it's going to tank at 30. Oh, I forgot the nature. Oh, the nature isn't going to help anyway. Gentle nature, main skill chance up. There it is. All right, let's start over. Yeah, not gonna help. Not gonna help at all. Awful. I mean, it does bump up at level 60 because it's bringing in 7 at a time. 7 at a time is a lot. But just not gonna cut it. This Krogunk is not gonna get the job done. So yeah. Again, it's running slow. So I will let this run in the background, but we are definitely going to send this one to the professor. I just like to let it finish and see, just out of curiosity. And hopefully, or I'm sure some of you also just want to see what it is, just out of curiosity. But it looks like we might have some new news down there. I'm pretty sure I didn't get a medal, so let's see. Oh, I did get a medal too. Also new news. Hold on then. Let's go ahead and get breakfast done, and we'll go look at the news. Because I need to make sure that we get breakfast, because there's been too many times I've been reading the news and missed breakfast. No skill trigger from Raikou. We might have to switch back to Suicune, honestly. Raikou just is not giving me, so far, has only given me 1 skill trigger. And while it is ×3 when it does trigger, if Suicune can trigger, you know, twice a day and Raikou's only once a day, then that means that Suicune is still outperforming overall. So probably gonna have to go back to the Suicune, but we did get another trigger from Dedenne, so that's good. We had, let's see, 4 yesterday in total from Dedenne, and then now 1 today. So it seems like Monday was the worst day for Dedenne performance so far. The rest seems to be okay. All right, start cooking. And we can get into this and hopefully an extra tasty. Hey, there we go. All right. So that's about the same as what I got for the extra tasty dinner. Now we got extra tasty breakfast. So far, 2 extra tasties from Dedenne on the team this week. And it is today's Wednesday. I think I said day 2 at the beginning of today's video. Day 3. Today is Wednesday. I don't know what I was thinking. Anyway, Master 2, very good. Very, very good. Okay, so now let's get into this news. Let's see what's up. What do we got? It looked like some kind of bundle. Yeah, we already read that. So yeah, we've got sleep style discovery bundles. Ooh, that Krogunk is PR 37. Yay. All right, so let's see what these bundles are about. To accompany the Sleep Style Discovery Week event, Sleep Style Discovery Bundles Volume 1, small, medium, and large, will be available beginning September 21st. We've prepared, which is actually Saturday, right? Yep, Saturday. We've prepared some bundles of items that can help you with your sleep research and raising Snorlax, including ingredient tickets and good camp tickets. Ooh, you always have my attention with some good camp tickets. Okay, so the small bundle, 250 diamonds, is 5 Poke Biscuits and 3 small ingredient tickets. That's not bad. Depends on where you're at in the game. If you're still kind of early on in the game and you haven't unlocked too many ingredients and you need a specific one, those ingredient tickets are nice. The further you get into the game, the less valuable I find them to be. They're more just, hey, I just need ingredients and I don't care what they are kind of thing. Trying to rely on them to give you the specific ingredient you need is almost certainly going to fail once you've unlocked everything, or probably the majority of it, all the ingredients. So they're nice to have, but not a big like, ooh, kind of item. But it is a discount on the Poke Biscuits, so it's not bad. If you need some biscuits, I would definitely look at it. Not even taking the ingredient tickets into account, I think the Poke Biscuits are a pretty good deal there. As far as the medium bundle, we got 600 diamonds. It's gonna be 4 Great Biscuits, 3 Poke Biscuits. That's all right. I think for the Great Biscuits, it's what? Oh, now I'm drawing a blank on the price of the Great Biscuits. They're either 200 or 300 diamonds. Either way, you're getting a discount on the Great Biscuits, and then you're getting some extra Poke Biscuits for free. So that's not a bad one. And the medium ingredient ticket, kind of similar to the small, but it does equal 3 small ingredient tickets. So that's not bad. Honestly, if you just want some biscuits, that's actually a really good one. 600 diamonds for a decent amount of Great and Poke Biscuits is not bad at all. I would definitely look at that one first. If all you want is biscuits and you got the diamonds, I would look at the medium bundle first, since you can only buy one of them and you do get some Great Biscuits out of it. And if you got 850 diamonds, buying 1 medium and 1 small is not a bad deal either. Plus you get a few extra ingredients to throw in your pot for Sunday or something. Not too bad. The large bundle, 1500 diamonds, at still a lot of diamonds, but 9 Great Biscuits. I think they are 200 diamonds each, because my brain is telling me that 9 Great Biscuits is 1800 diamonds, and I'm pretty sure that's correct, but for some reason I'm second guessing myself. So double check me on those prices, but I'm pretty sure they're 200 each. And if I'm wrong and they're 300, it's an even bigger discount. So there we go. But you are getting a discount on the Great Biscuits. You're getting a good camp ticket, which is worth 500 diamonds on its own, and a large ingredient ticket. I actually have never had one and have never looked into it, so I don't know what a large ingredient ticket does. Maybe 100 ingredients or something? 50? I don't know. If you know, let us know in the comments, because I don't actually know what a large ingredient ticket does. I'm actually starting to wonder if a large ingredient ticket has ever even been in the game before, but I feel like it might be one of those gifts that you get as a premium user every 3 months. So maybe that's a thing that's been in the game before, maybe not. But like I said, if you know what it is, let us know what it is, because I sure don't. But all in all, if you got 1500 diamonds and you're willing to spend them on that, it's not a bad deal for the good camp ticket. The good camp ticket is a huge resource in this game. It's probably the best thing you can buy with diamonds. I can't think of any other item that I would put above the good camp ticket in terms of a diamond purchase. So very good item. The large bundle, actually pretty good. I feel like that's a solid justification for spending that much money in diamonds on a large bundle, getting an entire week's worth of the good camp ticket buff. That's pretty good. So I think they should do that more often. Have the good camp ticket in the large bundle. So all in all of these bundles pretty decent. I don't think any of them are bad. They're all pretty good. Like I said, though, with the small and medium, just look at them for the biscuits. Don't worry about the ingredient tickets as much, because they're probably, the way the RNG works, they're probably not going to help you unless you're a newer player and you haven't unlocked too many ingredients, so that you know, hey, I've got a small chance or a big chance of getting something from this small selection of ingredients. So outside of that, ingredient tickets probably aren't going to help you. Only look at them at the biscuits, for the biscuits, and I think you'll be good. These are all pretty decent bundles. So I think this is the first time, or one of the first times, that I've been like, yeah, all of them are pretty good. I can recommend all of them. If you're looking at it and you got the diamonds, I don't know that I would hesitate on really any of these. So very good. Good job, select button. We're getting better. The bundles get better and better every time. But all right, let's check these community reports. And we've got 42 of them. with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 that doubled up. Very good, very good. No level ups today, but speaking of the community, you guys in the comments have kind of convinced me. I realized that in my analysis of the power plant, I missed the one little word that made all the difference. The old gold power plant. I somehow completely skipped over old and only went to gold power plant. And yeah, a lot of the comments made sense that it sounds like an abandoned power plant, therefore leading a lot of people to think, and I tend to agree with this, electric steel ghost. However, my wild theory, and this is just pure speculation, I think probably has like a 2% chance of happening, is that if it's an abandoned power plant, it's no longer producing electricity. And if it's no longer producing electricity, maybe it's not attracting electric Pokemon as often. So maybe instead of electric, maybe it's steel poison ghost, which I think could make for an interesting final island of a stormy dragon mountaintop, where the final island is dragon electric bug. That could be interesting. I don't know. Like I said, wild speculation, very, very, very small chance of it happening, but I kind of like the idea of them subverting our expectations in a way that does still make sense. So maybe they'll do it, but high likelihood that it is just electric steel ghost. So it's time to start preparing for that outcome. And to that event, or to that end, I plan to swap out my team tonight for that times 6 XP that's going to be so lovely with some electric types. But speaking of poison types, 240 of them studied for 20 diamonds. Okay, so let's see. And actually, something that I thought of yesterday after I finished recording, I was talking about my sleep styles at 412. How many do you have? Let us know in the comments where you're at on your sleep style research and if you're gonna have the new island unlocked immediately, or if you still need to get some more and are planning to get them through the sleep style event. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and go back. It is lunchtime, so it's a good thing that I made breakfast. Soybeans. How did you get soybeans? Was that one left over from your skill that I just didn't collect somehow? Okay. Now's the question. The Raikou question. That's what we need to figure out. Do we keep Raikou on the team, or is Suicune going to be better? Even though Suicune's skill is a lower level, it might perform better in the long run if we get more triggers per day. Which one is ours? I forgot that I did not clear out the other two. I did name them so I know which one's which. Thankfully, I finally did something smart. But I'm pretty sure this is the one. So we're looking for skill trigger inventory up, which is gonna be this one. And you are actually at level 30. Okay. All right, 30, 28, cool, expand, Taupe Hollow. Interesting, very interesting. Okay. Suicune a little bit more. So Suicune is almost 3 per day. Raikou is 2 per day. So that actually means that they kind of even out. That means that they both get... Let me make sure I'm saying this correctly. Yeah, Raikou is times 3 each time. So 3 times 2, that's 6. Because neither of them will get a bonus from the Pokemon on our team. So that's 6. And then Suicune is times 2. So 2 times 3 is times 6. So it's the same. Interesting. Very interesting. But I think I'd rather go with Suicune because that's just the average. So on a good day, Suicune gets 4 times 2. That's 8. On a good day, Raikou gets 3. 3 times 3 is 9, though. Ooh. On a bad day, Suicune gets 2. So 2 times 2 is 4. And Raikou gets 1 times 3 is 3. So on a bad day, Suicune outperforms Raikou. On a good day, Raikou outperforms Suicune. We have an interesting dilemma. Very interesting. Out of curiosity, what if they're both level 50? The gap gets closer. I mean, I could use a sub-skill seed on each of them. This is just getting into real hypothetical stuff now for the future. But we are coming up on what we think and is most likely going to be an electric island. So this could be worthwhile. Skill trigger, let's see. Still, it gets closer. So for our team right now, I think we're going to go with Suicune. I think we're going to keep Suicune on the team. There's still 2 water types. Let's check our pantry, though. That's going to be the big question, is what does our pantry look like? Because if we're at a point where I can swap in another electric or water type, then one of them would take over the other. Let's go ahead and make lunch. Oh, actually, no, we don't have the potatoes for lunch. That's been a problem. Okay, so... yeah, see, that's the problem. I'm getting ahead of myself. I did want to look at what I have available. Let's go to the pot. Curries and stews. Only 7 away. That's not bad. Tomatoes. Yeah, tomatoes and potatoes. We're just constantly right on the cusp of not being able to make them, but we are in a really good place. We are in a really good place with our milk and cocoa. Let's see, what is that? 12. 5 would be 60, 72, 84, 96. So if I let Blastoise get 4 more cocoa, that would let us make 8. We have a couple days worth of cocoa. And we could swap in the other Dedenne or Ampharos and then leave Raikou on the team. And with 3 electric types, Raikou would get the bonus from the 3 electric types. We could do that. That's actually probably a pretty solid bet. And on top of that, Raikou is giving us more overall strength if we start putting the sausage into the meals instead of the apples. And also a little bit extra. I mean, it's a negligible amount, but it is a bonus from Topalo. Oh, not even from Topalo. That's crazy how much of a difference that makes. 20,000 on 26 sausage, but only 5,000 on 31 sausage? Is it wait, why? Why? Curries and stews. Let's turn that off. That may be why. Yeah, that's why. Okay, never mind. It's a lot closer. It is a lot closer once you turn that off. Once you have things correct, it makes a lot more sense. And let's make sure this is correct too. 0. That's at level 50. Let's resync. Let's make sure that we put this back at 30. Okay, these numbers are still about the same. All right, so they are about the same, but if we can swap out Blastoise, which I definitely think we can do here pretty shortly, we just need to get a couple more cocoa, and we will be able to do that. And that shouldn't take us too long. Blastoise is usually pretty good about the cocoa. So once we get the cocoa, we'll swap Blastoise out for either Dedenne, probably Dedenne, just to continue the experiment, because I do want to see how much of a difference adding a second one makes. Even though the other Dedenne that we have is not great, it will lend towards more data for the experiment just to see. Because I know some other people that have been running Dedenne on their team have multiples, not just the one. Our other one isn't good, but extra skill triggers are extra skill triggers. Inventory up, ingredient finding. Yeah, not great. Honestly, actually, hold on. You know what? We don't even need Blastoise on the team. I forgot Dedenne gets Coco at level 30, which it will bring in some here and there. And all we need is 4 over the next, like, what, 2 days, 3 days, and we'll have 8 meals worth of Coco. So we can actually swap them out right now and put this other Dedenne on the team. Again, it's not as good as the first Dedenne we had on the team, but it's good enough that extra skill triggers are extra skill triggers and they will stack. So as I just put Suicune on the team, we're about to put Raikou back on the team because now Raikou will have the edge because of the bonus. So now with the current team, it's ×3 plus 2. So it's ×5. So Suicune would get ×6 production per day. Raikou on average should get ×10. So Raikou's definitely the better call here. All right, I think we have a pretty solid team for the rest of the day. We just gotta hope that tomatoes and potatoes keep coming in. I may start swapping between our tomato, Victory Bell, and Meowscarada as necessary, rather than relying on the one to get me what I need. But we'll see how that one performs today, and we'll go from there. For now, the last thing we got to do is just cross our fingers and hope that things go our way, and also collect our mission for getting to Ultra 4, which is a small dream cluster, and we're definitely going to need some dream shards soon, because with the new island and Sleep Dex goals is going to come pod expansions most likely, so I don't think they're going to be cheap. So yeah, try not to spend too many dream shards right now, and make sure to stock up on those dream clusters. They're going to probably be very, very useful very soon for a lot of us. I have a good amount, not as many as I would like, considering how much we're about to spend in the next here in a couple weeks. But all we can do is just wait and see how things go. But that's going to be it for me today. So thank you for watching the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy these videos. A huge shout out to our ace trainers, Flight Master, Illusion, JP, White, Husky Star, and Jassy. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you'd like to support the channel, go ahead and click that join button right next to the subscribe button. And while you're down there, go ahead and click the link to the Discord in the description box and come talk about Pokemon Sleep with us and other video games and fun stuff. Other than that, y'all have a good night, and until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. The event exchange period has ended. We've got 5 great biscuits now available to us thanks to our purchase of the Suicune biscuits at the end of the event. And we're also going to pick up 600 XP for our team, which I did swap around just a little bit. We're going to sacrifice a little bit of strength at the end of the week. Hopefully not too much given who's on the team, but a little bit just for that ×6 XP, because I think it will be worth it in the long run. You can kind of see what I'm going for here, but we did get 19,279 sneaky snacking with 15 honey for going to bed on time. And since we have a team that I kind of want to get swapped out pretty quickly just to get the regular team back up and running, we are going to go ahead and collect from them first. Because once we swap out, we do lose the skill triggers, and we want to make sure we don't lose those. So let's see what we got. I'm hoping for a bunch of double triggers. That would be fantastic. Not a single one. You have failed me. You double. There we go. Not as good as I wanted. For some reason, I was, I guess, thinking I was somewhere else and was going to get a better trigger than that, but not too bad. Double trigger there. Fantastic. That's what we want to see. So really, the letdown was you. So as somebody graciously reminded me, I'm a big smooth brain in the comments yesterday, and Raikou doesn't actually get the bonus from the 2 Dedennes on the team because it only counts if they are electric types of different species. So it still actually serves us better to have the Suicune on the team that triggers more often. And that amount of potatoes is okay, but still not quite what we want. But let's go ahead and get the team swapped out. Like I said, I just want to get the regular team up and running before we jump into everything. I want to minimize the amount of time that we have the suboptimal team putting in work. So let's throw Suicune out there. We're gonna get the other Dedenne up and running, and we should be pretty good. We did get to a point where we had like 8 meals worth of ingredients for milk and cocoa, so we don't have to worry about that with getting Blastoise back on the team. We can just throw Gardevoir back there and we should be perfectly fine. Gardevoir is right there. All right. This should be our team. Hopefully, Gardevoir gets a couple skill triggers pretty quick and gets the other two up and running. Dedenne really needs to start putting in some work, but I have gotten 3 extra tasties so far. And speaking of good things, we're going to get 1,100 sleep points for getting a full night's sleep and the 1,000 from the Good Sleep Day event. So we are at 3,277. And for our daily lottery, we can grab the 1 small handy candy. Not bad at all. We are going to need those very soon, I'm sure. Definitely not wanting to level anybody up anytime soon. I'm struggling with that concept at this point. Feel like I don't have enough dream shards. Particularly because with the release of the new island and Sleep Dex goals, high likelihood we're going to get a pod expansion as well. And those are not cheap. So yeah, definitely not wanting to spend any if I don't have to. But we'll just kind of have to wait and see. This looks like I got a snoozing type. No, a dozing type. Interesting. Well, that's not quite what I wanted. Drowsy power times 2.5. What are we going to get? We were at like Master 4, I think, before I went to bed. So we should have a pretty good score. Unfortunately, with Drowsy, I don't think that means we get any chances at the Shiny Clefairies. 135.5 million. Not bad. All right, let's see. A Top Belly Houndour. Okay, well, there's a new Sleep Dex. I see another new at the bottom. I wonder what that is. Let's see. Ooh, Umbreon in there. Not a new one, but still cool to have. So we got Umbreon, Haunter, Ghastly, Houndour, and Swalot. I said Houndour at Top Belly. I meant Houndoom. You know what I meant. I confuse those two all the time, and I don't know why. Okay, a Top Belly Houndoom, good Dream Shards, which we do need. We may need to do something drastic to stock up on some Dream Shards because this is kind of bad. Oh, it's the first one.
Houndoom breathes flames when it's angry and, on rare occasions, when it's asleep. Perhaps it's dreaming of fighting other Houndoom to choose the leader of the pack.
Very interesting. I mean, they are dark types. I guess that makes sense. Another Houndoom. Okay, that one's cute. Just a little puff of flame. If this doesn't convince you to have a Houndoom as a pet, I don't know what will. That's adorable. Can we get the other? That's kind of weird that we got the 3 and 4 star before the 1 and 2 star. Do we have another 1 and 2 star around here somewhere? I mean, we do need a good Houndour. I wouldn't mind catching one if it's hungry. Where is this other one? Oh, yeah. I always forget you're in the game. I was actually discussing with my wife the Pokemon that could be coming with the new island, and she was like, well, what about Sableye? And I was like, oh, Sableye. Oh, wait, Sableye's already in the game. Never mind. And funny enough, I've seen it a lot, apparently, and that is the last Sableye that we need, but I always forget about it because it's possibly the most useless Pokemon in Sleep. So if Sableye is your favorite, I'm sorry that it's not more useful in this game. Of course, it's hungry because I was just talking about it, and it's the only hungry because that's what I get for talking about it before we get to this screen. But yeah, not the greatest Pokemon, not by a long shot. That is unfortunate. Even though Houndoom is super cool, I'd like to catch one of them. We always want to go with the base form. I have a really good Ghastly. I don't need another one right now, but Houndoom is one that I definitely need a better version of. It's going to be the only one I care to feed today. So let's see. I only have 3 biscuits left, though. So, you know what? Let's do it. Why do you have 1 pip? Why did I feed you 1? Have I not even caught a Sableye? I haven't. I haven't even caught a Sableye. That's how little I care about Sableye in this game. All right. Well, we are taking the Houndour home. We are at 1 biscuit. Hopefully we can get lucky with some of these daily lotteries coming up and get a few extra biscuits, because otherwise things are about to get real rough. But for now, we probably should start saving our biscuits for the new island too, but that's going to be all we're going to catch for today. I know that thing's hungry, but I don't care to waste any of my good biscuits on it. So we're going to move on. And honestly, out of everything here, Eevee candy is probably the most useful. So we'll send that out. That is actually a cute picture with both of them right next to each other. I wish they were both in frame, like fully, but it is what it is. All right, we are going to get 5,799 research XP and 12,353 dream shards. And unless we get lucky tomorrow, I am not getting a shiny Clefairy of any kind. But we do have a Houndour level 14 and Bold. I don't know. I think Bold is neutral, if I'm remembering that correctly. I may be misremembering, but let's see. So not berry finding at level 10, but we've got herb, ginger, herb. That's good. Ooh, you are trying to be a different specialty than what I need. If you were, honestly, okay. All right, hear me out. If this was any other specialty, this would be pretty decent. And berry finding at 100. What a slap in the face. What about Bold? Nope, I was wrong. It is not neutral. It is speed of help down, energy recovery up. That is, oh, that's right. That's what we were talking about. This is possibly the worst nature in the entire game. This is awful. This is a sub 10 PR for sure. Yeah. Why? Why do you hate me, game? Why do you hate me? And it's not going to get good until 100. Not at all. Look. Let's see. I forgot to set it to 75 and 100 because I was so obsessed with what this turned out to be. It's not going to get anything until level 100. And with all these other scores being so low, even berry finding, I don't think is going to bring it above 25 PR. It's running super slow today. I'm going to let it run just to see if I'm correct that it's not going to bring it above 25 PR. Go ahead and make your guess now before it finishes on what you think this is going to be. I don't think it's going to be above 25 PR. So we'll let that run in the background. We're definitely sending this one to the professor and getting the free candies. And we're going to move on because that's really bad, my friends. 109 sneaky snacking. Did we get a medal or new news? We got a medal. Yes, no new news, but those bundles still pretty good. All right. So let's see. We got a medal for 50 dark types. Very nice. A small handy candy. I will take it. 2 of them for today. Very nice. Not bad. And our community reports, we have 46 of them with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 that doubled up. Not bad. Worked it good. Hey, we got a level up too. There's a nice pretty little Glaceon there. Another level up with a shiny Venusaur. Very nice. All right, with 2 small ingredient tickets. Not bad. Not bad at all. All right. Now, we've already collected from everybody, so there's nothing else we need to do there. But like I said, 3 skill triggers for, not skill triggers, sorry, 3 extra tasties that we have gotten so far this week, each of them providing an extra 40,000 strength with the meal that we're cooking. Oh no, we are in trouble. How did I run out of tomatoes and not notice that? That is a big problem because I do not have time to put Victory Bell on the team and get those tomatoes. We definitely have the potatoes. This is the problem we're running into. That for whatever reason, my tomato potato Victory Bell is not performing, and I've been trying to swap back and forth between the tomato Victory Bell and the potato cat, and it is not helping. We definitely do not have time for this. Funny enough, our only hope is 1 tomato short. 1. Wow. We're in a bad spot. Okay, our only hope is to gamble. So let's go gamble. Where are those ingredient tickets? We have 3. 3 chances to get what we need. Tail and egg, not what we want. This is why you don't want to rely on these. Oil and eggs, come on. 1 more. It would be nice if you could use multiple ingredient tickets at a time. That would be fantastic. Soybeans and honey. We did not make it. Yikes-a-roni. Our only other option would be to buy a helper whistle with 800 sleep points, and I do not want to spend 800 sleep points on that right now. So here's the question. Do we make breakfast of a lower caliber dish and hope that it doesn't turn extra tasty because we want the extra tasty on the stronger dish? Or, yeah, limber corn stew would be good, but it's a bad idea. Egg bomb curry, not so much a bad idea. This is the problem we're having this week. Bulk up bean curry wouldn't use any, but that's a huge drop off from 25,000 to 4,000. And I'm thinking we take a strategic L here. We don't make breakfast because we don't want a subpar meal to be the one that goes extra tasty. I understand what people are going to say, that it's better to get some strength than no strength. But if I waste the extra tasty on breakfast and I only get an extra 10,000 versus an extra 40,000, I don't know. I don't think the trade-off is there. Now, granted, we only have a 20% chance of extra tasty, so there is a small chance it will go extra tasty, but 20% is still 1 in 5. So decent odds that it could. I mean, we got an extra tasty yesterday with only 25%. So, that is the question. Or do we just try to waste a couple of minutes? I don't think we have enough time for Victory Bell to even collect. Unless that was a skill trigger there. That would have been super clutch if that was a skill trigger. Yeah, I don't think we have time for Victory Bell to collect anything, let alone what we need. We could try to waste a couple minutes, but I don't think it's going to work because we are pretty much out of time. We did get to Master 3, though, so we got our Cyndaquil incense. I'm really thinking, though, that I think we just take the strategic L here. We already sacrificed a little bit of strength for last night's XP, so what's a little bit more at this point? I mean, honestly, the experiment is to see how many extra tasties we get and how much extra strength we get over the week. Because if Dene is bringing in, right now, on average, 1 a day, that's an extra 40k per day, which is stronger than most of these other Pokemon. Now, granted, we do have 2 on the team, so 20k each that they're bringing in if we divide it evenly. But if you have a stronger Dedenne with a higher main skill level, you don't need the 2 because you're getting a higher extra tasty chance for each trigger. So maybe it's worth it if you have a really good one with a high main skill level. Maybe you got lucky and got skill level up on it. But I don't know. I really do think that unfortunately we just have to take the strategic L here and not make breakfast, because I don't think it's worth it for just a small, at best 10,000 dish when we could get extra tasty on accident and not want it. So I don't know. I'm kind of just trying to buy a little bit of time. I'm pretty sure Victory Bell won't trigger, but I mean, Suicune already collected somehow, even though it's only been on the team for a little over 10 minutes. It already collected at least 1. Maybe Victory Bell will get something, but it's not looking likely. And we've only got a couple minutes left. So yeah, I think we're just gonna have to take the strategic L and no breakfast today. I'll just make lunch once I get what I need, and we'll go from there. So kind of a lackluster end of the day, but the PR on that Houndour ended up only being 10. So I was very generous by saying I didn't think it would go above 25. I thought it would go above 10. I thought it would be around like 17 or 18, but I was giving myself a little bit of extra room with 25 just in case. But even worse than I thought. So definitely sending that Houndour to the professor. The rest of the day, we'll just have to see how things go, but so far so good. Don't forget, tonight is the last night of the Good Sleep Day event, so if you do have any incense that you want to use for that, don't forget to set those. Other than that, there's not a whole lot else going on. We're just getting excited for the new island, which, speaking of, here's the real question. We talked about the berries yesterday. What are the new Pokemon that are going to be introduced with the new island? Because surely they're going to introduce some new ones, and I think it's going to be more than just one. If you looked at the thumbnail for yesterday's video, there were a couple of hints on what I think could be introduced in there, but I've seen some others in the comments that look really interesting as well. Charge-a-Bug, a big one. I'm a huge fan of Vikavolt. I do like that one. Galvantula, or Joltik, I guess. Grimer. We could finally get Coughing. I'm very Gen 1 focused right now for some reason, but Trubbish could be another good one. Yeah, it really just depends on what the berries are that Snorlax at that island favors, but there's a lot of interesting opportunity for some very different new Pokemon to come with the new island. So I'm looking forward to that. If you let me know in the comments what you want to see based on what we think, or what you think these berries are going to be. Actually, don't do it necessarily based on what I think, but what you think the berries are going to be. Let me know what Pokemon you want to see in those categories and those types. But other than that, we're going to leave it there. That's going to be it for the video today. So thank you for watching the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy these videos. A huge shout out to our ace trainers, Flightmaster, Illusion, JP, White, Husky Star, and Jassy. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you'd like to support the channel, go ahead and click the join button right next to the subscribe button. And while you're down there, click the link to the Discord in the description box. Come and join us and talk about Pokemon Sleep and other video games. And other than that, y'all have a good night. And until next time, later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on day 6 here at a chill week on Topalo, running our Dedenne research experiment. As you can see, we are going to start off with a very high amount of sneaky snacking, 32,598. That's because I made some changes to the team right before I went to bed last night. Gardevoir actually triggered very well yesterday, and the team was at like 110% energy. So left Dedenne on the team to continue collecting triggers, left Victory Bell on the team to continue collecting tomatoes because that was the one thing we were short on, and yeah, swapped in for some other good Pokemon. I feel like Suicune was kind of a bad idea. I was kind of running a little side experiment at the same time. Probably a bad idea to run 2 experiments at the same time. But, you know, I thought I could get away with it. I thought Suicune would help, or Raikou, because I did kind of switch them out throughout the week. But I really think it was just not helpful in the long run. A little late in the week to correct that mistake, but it is an experiment week. So, you know, now's the time to make mistakes. But 32,598 sneaky snacking, that is going to push us into, I believe this is Master 8 now. No, Master 9. Okay. So even with the mistakes and running an experiment, we're still at Master 9 with a 59% area bonus. So things are still working out. But we did get 100 sleep points. It's going to put us at 3,977. And for the daily lottery, with any luck, we will get a Poke Biscuit. No, a small handy candy. That is good. Cool. All right, well, let's jump into this sleep report. And you may have noticed there was not a video yesterday. For those of you that have not seen yet, I was in the middle of recording, about 2/3 of the way done. I was pretty much through my entire sleep report, and my power turned off. And when it came back on, I checked the video file and it was corrupted. So all of that was lost, and there was unfortunately no way to recover it. So that's why there was no video yesterday. But hopefully today, that's looking like a dozing, probably, unfortunately. Yep, I really need that slumbering. I think it still would have been balanced even if we had a little bit less dozing, but really wanted that slumbering to try to find another Onyx, because we do need some. But yeah, 92.5 million is not bad. We've already got a lot of new sleep styles. We did get Tyranitar, the first Tyranitar sleep style yesterday, and both of the other Houndoom sleep styles in yesterday's research. So got quite a bit. What about today? Are we going to get more today? There's another Tyranitar, the same one that we had yesterday, actually. We did get one new sleep style. So we've got Ghastly, Ekans, Gulpin, Sableye, Croagunk, Tyranitar, and Houndoom again. Basically, it feels like if you get dozing, you're guaranteed to get Houndoom in a way. It's 3 days in a row I've seen it on dozing. But what is this new? Oh, the new one is Bonnet. Okay, Big Laugh Sleep, the 3-star. Nice. Very nice. I don't think this is the first one. I think I've seen Bonnet before. That was cool. Oh yeah, this is definitely not the first one. This is the last one. Bonnet is all done in the sleep decks. And yeah, we're making it through so many new sleep styles this week that it's kind of making me rethink coming to Taupe Hollow for the sleep decks event, because I was thinking this was the best one since this is the one where I have the most opportunity to see new stuff, but we've seen so many new ones in the last few days. I don't even know if it's worthwhile. Ekans is hungry, and I wouldn't mind catching another one. I do need a better one. Well, let's see. There is a Krogunk, though, and that, I think, is a higher priority. It is a higher priority, but not... I don't know that the priority of getting more oil actually outweighs feeding a hungry Pokemon. There is a chance that the old gold power plant has poison berries. There is a chance. I know we've been talking about speculation over the last few days on what we think old gold power plant's gonna have. Given that the original power plant in Generation 1 was had electric and poison types, and technically steel, but steel type didn't exist in Gen 1, but Magnemite was there and became steel type, so roundabout way, electric, steel, poison. It is possible that they just go with the Gen 1 types, so I think we do feed the Ekans, because I don't want to use any regular Pokebiscuits, so there's no guarantee I'd even catch the Krogunk today on top of that. And we do need a poison berry specialist. Although I'm pretty sure that if it does have electric berries, it's just going to get outshadowed by Raichu anyway. But, we'll see. To that end, with the speculation of what's going on with OGPP and what it's going to have, I've seen a lot of comments with people with some interesting ideas. Somebody mentioned Electabuzz being one, and I think that's a really good idea for an Electabuzz to come in, and I really would like to see Electivire be a better berry specialist than Raichu, but it's one you have to put in work for, because we don't know how they're going to implement the new Pokemon that have to evolve with an item. I believe it's called the Electorizer, that you need to evolve an Electivire, or an Electabuzz to Electivire. So we don't know if they're going to give us that actual item, or if they're going to do like Pokemon Go did, where they give us Sinnoh Stones, Unova Stones, and that stone is what you need for the respective generation of the Pokemon you're trying to evolve to. So they may do it that way, but I like the idea of you need to put in so much sleep time with an Electabuzz, and then also have this item to get an Electivire, but because of all that work that you put in to evolve it, you get a better Pokemon. I like the idea of that, and I really don't want to see Raichu just always be the best electric berry specialist, because I feel like that kind of makes for a boring game in the long run. So it would be nice to see that #1 spot seated with somebody else. And it also helps give new players something to work for, because if you get a good Pikachu as your first Pokemon, yeah, you can use it as a Raichu and it'll serve you well for a long time, but eventually you're going to be looking for that Electabuzz down the road too, to evolve into an Electivire. So I kind of like that idea. I also saw in the comments, getting a little sidetracked on this, but it's fine. I'm going to send out the Larvitar candy. Also saw in the comments that there was a pseudo introduced with the last new island, so that does give us the possibility that we're going to get a pseudo for the OGPP. And if that's the case, and it is in fact electric and steel, well, really just steel, it doesn't even need to be electric necessarily. One sec. 4,145 research XP and 8,466 dream shards. Not bad. Steel types, pseudo legendary could be Beldum and Metagross, which is possible. That's a pretty solid pretty solid idea. And I kind of like the idea of whenever we get a new island, we get a new pseudo legendary. I think eventually that would run out. We'd run out of pseudo legendaries, I think. But not for a while. We could get several islands. Probably like 10 islands at this point or more. Maybe close to a dozen islands where we get new pseudo legendaries with each island. And I kind of like that idea. I think that would be a really interesting thing to do. And Metagross could be a very good one, but I definitely want to see these new pseudos not just be kind of the same. I want to see more than just ingredient specialists. So that would be cool as well. But let's go ahead and check on this Ekans real fast. Triple sausage is not bad. Helping speed is good. Inventory up, we don't really care for, but at least it's large. Inventory up again, don't care for. Skill level up and helping speed. So no berry finding, but it's not bad. And docile is neutral. All right, so let's calculate on berry strength and we'll see. We'll let that run while I talk a little bit more about our speculations for OGPP, because I'm kind of intrigued in what you guys have come up with, and I'm very much looking forward to the new island. But yeah, there were a lot of good suggestions. One that I saw that was kind of interesting was we may have Abra, not Psychic Berries be favorite, but Abra show up. I don't know how much I subscribe to that. I mean, it would be interesting. I like the idea of it being something we don't expect. But I think it's one of those like 1% things, like a lot of my ideas. For example, not having electric at OGPP at all is one of my ideas that I think is a very small, less than 5% chance they're going to do it. But it would be interesting. I would like to be surprised. So if they do it, I would be happy in that sense. And Abra and Alakazam are super powerful Gen 1 Pokemon, so it would be interesting to see what they do with them in this game, and if they make them lived up. Oh wow, software update ready to install. Interesting, cool beans. But yeah, that could be cool. What would be really cool is if the website wasn't taking entirely too long to finish this calculation. Right there, where's it at? There it is. It's running super slow these last few days. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the OGPP. Seems like a lot of other people are. Got some interesting ideas. Please continue to tell me your ideas in the comments, because I do enjoy reading your speculations and theories. So let me know. They are very fun. I'm going to go ahead and move on. This is taking entirely too long, and we are probably not keeping this Ekans. I'm pretty sure that our other one is slightly better, but I don't know. I will need to compare them. But we're going to move on before we just sit here talking about all this. Another 1047 sneaky snacking. Is that news or is that a medal? It is no new news, but it is a medal. What did we get? Number of times sleep tracking started within 30 minutes of the previous day's start times. 230. We got 15 diamonds for that. Cool. Nice. Like to see it. Okay, so now we need to figure out, did my team do what I wanted? Let's see. Dedenne, you are the one. The tomatoes are the big question. 21 of them. Good, because we were super lacking on tomatoes. Dedenne did not trigger. Marowak triggered. We're going to leave his inventory full for now. And then I'm going to go ahead and make breakfast, because the tomatoes were all we needed. We have a currently 20% chance of getting an extra tasty. So let's see. We did get an extra tasty yesterday for lunch. So still maintaining that 1 per day average, which is good. An average of 1 per day is actually very good for Dedenne. Replacing a berry specialist for me this week is bringing me an extra 40,000 per day. So that's fine. If we could get that average even higher, maybe 1.5 or 2 times a day, then we're talking about a significant increase in the amount of strength that Dedenne brings into the team in replace of a berry specialist. And I think replacing a berry specialist with Dedenne could be a really viable option for people who prefer to cook over just setting berry gatherers. So seems like things are going really well so far this week, and yeah, can't wait to see what tomorrow looks like with the bonus Sunday chances. It'll be interesting if we can get several tomorrow. But speaking of tomorrow, we are getting set up with the herbs. That was part of the reason I put Typhlosion on the team, mainly because Typhlosion is my second best berry gatherer for this island, but also the herbs helped. But Dragonite was on the team for the herbs. That was the only thing we were short on. We do have enough. Actually, now we have enough ginger for tomorrow. Last night, I was like 4 short, so we got what we needed. We have enough corn, we have enough sausage, and we have not enough herbs for breakfast and lunch. So we'll leave Dragonite on the team for now. Let's see how we're looking on the butter curry. We have enough potatoes for lunch. We need to get our potato cat back in. So I think we can swap. Yeah, we should probably swap Typhlosion out for the potato cat. We can leave the Victory Bell. We have enough milk and cocoa to last the rest of today, so we don't have to worry about that. So we just need Potato Cat and Victory Bell to get the potatoes and tomatoes. And then we can leave Dragonite on the team for the herbs for tomorrow. And once Dragonite is done getting our herbs for tomorrow, we can swap it out for Charizard, which is actually my 3rd best berry gatherer, but that will also help us just get a bunch of ingredients in general. And then once we get the tomatoes and potatoes, we can swap in for more berry specialists, maybe even swap in the second Dedenne as well, just to give us a little bit extra chances on that extra tasty. But for now, things are going very well. Did I collect from the Marowak? I did not mean to do that. Oh well. I meant to leave Marowak's inventory full, but I goofed. It happens. It's an experiment week. It's fine. Like I said earlier, if there's a time to mess up, it's while you're running an experiment. But before we move on to community reports, the Ekans final score 58 PR. So probably not good. But we did get 42 community reports with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 that doubled up. Very nice. Very nice. I kind of feel like I'm all over the place today, and just kind of my brain is just here and here and here and here. But anyway, we did get a level up, level 2. Very nice. Small ingredient ticket. Good. I now have 1 in my bag. I need those for some reason. But we are doing very well. It's lunchtime, but as we saw already, we don't have the tomatoes, so it's fine. We're not making lunch just yet. But for now, we are at least at 1 million strength, which is not bad for the experiment we've been running all week. I feel like we could probably be Master 12 by now if I hadn't tried to use the Suicune and Raikou. If I had stuck with a proper berry specialist, or not had to take that strategic L by having my ingredients taken care of first, we probably could have been at Master 12. I mean, taking that strategic L cost us about 40 grand. So that's 1,050,000 at least. So we would at least be Master 10 by now. Yeah, we're doing pretty well. Let's see, what is our current record here? What would we consider success of the Dedenne experiment at this point? And this is just a Dedenne with level 2. Imagine if we had a Dedenne that was actually properly invested in with the right amount of seeds and had its main skill level 6. This is our current record, so we actually beat our record here running this experiment. So that's good. Both a testament to having better ingredient gatherers and the extra tasties that we've gotten. So yeah, I would say it would be a rousing success if we could get to Master 15, but I think that's a very, very small likelihood of us doing that. We'd have to be very lucky with our extra tasties tomorrow. But I think if we can make it to Master 13, we could call this a true success. Just, it's successful if we get to Master 13, I think we could say. Which I definitely think, like I was saying a minute ago, if we hadn't goofed around with the Suicune and Raikous, we could have probably gotten to Master 15 more easily. But yeah, we're doing all right for now. I'm happy with the way Dedenne itself has been performing, and the fact that we've gotten 1 extra tasty per day consistently shows that there is potential. And this is a subpar Dedenne. It's not even the best. It is PR 93, but that's only because of the investments that we made in it. I did have to put 2 sub-skill seats to get Helping Speed M and Skill Trigger M, and it doesn't even have Skill Trigger on the Nature. So this wasn't the best Dedenne that I could have invested in. I just wanted to invest to try to get an idea of what it would look like with a somewhat okay Dedenne. And so if you have a better Dedenne than I do, and there's a pretty decent chance you do, or you find one that you can invest a little bit in to make better than this one, because the big downside to my Dedenne, it doesn't have skill level up as a sub skill, and it doesn't have skill trigger on its nature. So if I had a better one, it would perform even better, is what I'm saying. And mine is subpar. So if I'm doing this well with a subpar one, you can do even better with a pretty decent one. So maybe Dedenne is looking like it's going to be more useful, more like I thought it was going to be when it was first announced. And I said, oh, this is going to be the new meta. Dedenne is going to be the one that everybody wants to use. And then I put it off for a while, but it's kind of looking like maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe Dedenne was as good as I thought it was going to be. But I don't know. A lot of people have had success with it. I seem to be having success with it. Hopefully, if you use it on your team, you will be having success with it too. But yeah. Other than that, what else did I need to do? I need to swap Gardevoir in. That's what it is. I need to get my actual team together. I knew there was something I was forgetting, and I couldn't think of it. Let's get Gardevoir back in here. 110% energy. And we're short on tomatoes. We need to get the Potato Cat, so I am going to have to take Marowak off the team. That was my mistake. We'll put the Potato Cat in place of Marowak just to get enough for the rest of the day, and then we can swap it back out. But this is looking like a pretty solid team for the rest of the week. So, not the rest of the week. For now. Wow. Wow. Smooth brain. I've been doing all right, even though my brain's been all over the place. But yeah, the speculation on OGPP, like I said, has been very interesting to read. I like a lot of the ideas that I'm seeing. I really like the idea of the potential Metagross or another pseudo legendary. I also like the idea of it being a subversion of expectations and us not having electric types or some of the other suggestions that people have had. It does seem like everybody is pretty confident that Steel is going to be there no matter what, which does make sense. I don't think they want to do Dragon and Steel berries at the same place because they're 2 very powerful berries, and I don't think they want to have them both on the same island. Let's see, there was a Mimikyu was another one that I thought was a really interesting one that could show up. I thought it made sense to have Mimikyu show up at an abandoned power plant because typically a power plant is a place Pikachu would show up. Mimikyu trying to mimic Pikachu shows up at an abandoned power plant. Makes sense. Ghost type. Mimikyu's ghost type. Mimikyu's trying to imitate Pikachu. Pikachu shows up at power plants. Makes sense. I like that idea. I think it's really cool. But I don't want it to be a skill specialist. I'm tired of these 1-stage evolutions being skill specialists, and I know they're not all skill specialists. We have Cramorant as an ingredient specialist, but it is so hard to raise a skill specialist that has 1-stage evolution and you miss out on free main skill levels. So I really don't like that. I really would like to see it be something more interesting. Beldum, like I said, was a really good one. Dusclops is a really interesting one. I caught a shiny Duskull back in the day, and so that because of that, Dusk Noir and all of his line, it kind of has a special place for me. So I would like to see it just for that. And also, it's not your typical ghost Pokemon that most people think of, which kind of feeds into that, hey, subvert our expectations a little bit while keeping it interesting. I like that idea. Again, Abra, kind of an interesting idea. Not sure exactly how it would work, but it would subvert our expectations and it would be nice to see. But I'm kind of thinking Abra would be really good for the Dragon Island with how strong Alakazam is you've got to go to the Dragon Island to find him. I kind of like that idea as well. Litwick is a very interesting one that I think does make a lot of sense if you're talking about an old abandoned power plant. Maybe it was an oil burning power plant at one point. Litwick being an oil lantern kind of Pokemon could make a lot of sense. I kind of like that idea as well. Even that, well, no, I take that back. Litwick is a candle. Lampent is the oil lantern. But you get where I'm going with this. I think it makes sense. It'd be kind of interesting. You know, maybe instead of lanterns, there were some places where they had candles, and that's where Litwick came from. Who knows? They can make up whatever story they want. But I like the idea of it. But like I said, there were a lot of very interesting things in the comments that you guys are thinking could happen. I really enjoy reading them. Let me know more. One fan favorite, just because it's my favorite of the Pikachu clones, Pachirisu. I would love to see Pachirisu just because it is, like I said, my favorite of the Pikachu clones, but don't make it a skill specialist. Stop. Please, please don't do that. Please don't do that. Don't make all of the Pikachu clones skill specialists. Give us something interesting. Pachirisu, being a squirrel, used to gathering and storing nuts and berries for the winter, makes sense for it to be a berry gatherer, a berry specialist. Let's do that. Let's do it. But you know what? Before we rant for another 20 minutes about what could happen at OGPP, I'm going to leave it there. You guys let me know what you think. Give me more of your ideas in the comments below. Outside of that, thank you for watching the video. Make sure that you hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy these videos. A huge shout out to our ace trainers, Flightmaster, Illusion, JP, White, Husky Star, and Jassy. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you would like to support the channel for just $5 a month, you can do so by clicking that join button right next to the subscribe button. While you're down there, go ahead and click the link to the Discord in the description box and come and join us and talk about Pokemon Sleep and other video games. Other than that, y'all have a good night, and until next time. Later, dudes. Good morning, everyone, and welcome back. We are on day 7, the final day of this little experiment of ours that we're running. Things are going well. Tomorrow is the start of the sleep style event, and we're going to talk a little bit later about how I decided on where I was going to go for next week, and maybe it'll help you decide where you want to go for next week. But for now, we are going to start off with 114 XP and 30,846 sneaky snacking. I was able to get, it took forever. I didn't switch Victory Bell out until like right an hour before I went to bed because couldn't get tomatoes for some reason, and I was one short to be able to make dinner. So I did finally switch them out, some right before bed, and we got our 30,846. We also got 25 diamonds, and that's very nice. I like diamonds. And we can grab 100 sleep points for getting a full night's sleep, and that's going to put us at 4,077. So we do have enough to buy a Master Biscuit now. I don't think I bought one this month yet. Let me see. No, I haven't. I did buy all the Poke Biscuits. I'm gonna hold on to them until the end of the month. I'm not sure exactly what I want to do with them now just yet, but the Sleep Style Discovery event bundles are available for those of you who are interested. They were pretty good bundles, so I would definitely take a look at them if you haven't, and go ahead and check my video from a few days ago where we went over what's in them if you're curious. They are pretty good, but we are going to get another 15 diamonds for our daily lottery. Very good, very good. I like diamonds, especially since those bundles do look pretty good. But let's jump into the sleep research, see if we can get that slumbering type, to see if we can get an Onyx to show up. Because as all the speculation on the OGPP is going, it does seem like Steel type is pretty guaranteed to get in there. A good amount of slumbering. Is it enough though? It is. 1 day out of 7 we got, well, I guess 6. We haven't done the final research until tomorrow morning. But only 1 day so far this week that we've gotten slumbering, and we should have a pretty decent amount of drowsy power. I believe it'll be over 100. Yep. 112.5 million. Not bad at all. Possibly some new sleep styles in there. So that'll be good too. We've gotten a lot of new sleep styles this week. I'm definitely not going to turn down more. Let's see how it goes though. Come on. Well, there's only one. We got 7 already. It looked like 2 Geodude, a Graveler, Larvitar, which is very nice, Cubone, Why Not, and another Larvitar. Ooh, okay. What's next? A shiny Tyranitar? That would be something. Let's see. What do we got? What's the new one? Oh, you're all over here all by your lonesome. Poor guy. Mudbath Quagsire. That's pretty good. Mud Float Sleep. 3-star. I like that one. That's a pretty good one. That's a pretty good one. All right. So we've got one in the 3-star. The 1-star and the 3-star for Quagsire. Not bad. I like that one. That's a cute one. And that was worth a lot of XP and Dream Shards too. Okay. Who's hungry? Larvitar? Nobody? Wow. Well, that's not good. I was really hoping Larvitar was hungry. We do need a better one. Caught some decent ones early on when the game was fairly new, and it was only until up until a few months ago that I actually thought they were good. But now, you know, with the way that the meta has developed around ingredient finders, hey, there we go. You know what? I'm just gonna be happy with it. I do want to save my biscuits, so I'm not gonna try to catch the other one. I'll just be happy with the one. But like I was saying, the meta has changed with how we look at our ingredient finders, and so come to find out, I did not have any of my Larvitars that had the ingredient spread we desire. So gonna try to catch some more and see if we can get a decent one with the right ingredient spread, and we're gonna send out some Larvitar candy to help people out. We are going to get 7,034 research XP and 8,620 dream shards. Stocking up those dream shards, hoping to get enough for when OGPP comes out, because we are expecting, I'm going to keep saying this just to make sure that everybody's aware, we are expecting the pod expansion to come alongside it. So stocking up my dream shards just in case, because it is going to be quite expensive. The last go around was pretty expensive, so I don't think this one's going to change that pattern. But for now, you know what? It's not bad. AAC is not terrible. I'm pretty sure there's a recipe that uses ginger and sausage, so it's not the worst. It's not what I wanted. I was hoping for an AAB, but AAC is not bad. AAA would have been better too. AAA probably would have been the most desirable, but this one's not bad if it's got some decent sub skills. So let's see. We've got Helping Speed S. We've got Inventory Up S, Ingredient Finder S. You know what? It needs some sub skills seeds, but this one's not bad. And Skill Level Up as the capstone at level 100. It's not bad. I didn't check the nature though. Ooh. That nature. I mean, the helping speed will help to counteract it, but it's still pretty rough. Still pretty rough. So let's see how this goes. I mean, even with the nature, it's still pretty high. It's still pretty highly rated. You know what? I think this is one we can use. This might be my Tyranitar candidate. It's not the best because of the nature, but it is certainly usable, and I think will serve possibly better than our current Pupitar, but I haven't looked at that in a while, so I'd have to double check. But I definitely think this is one we could use. On the flip side, since evolving a Pupitar into Tyranitar does turn it to a dark type, we could have two. One that stays as a Pupitar and one that we evolve to a Tyranitar. That way we keep the ingredient spread, but one for the, I believe it's rock. Yes, rock type, and one for the dark type. So one that we can use on Snowdrop and one that we can use on Topalo. Which really the Tyranitar one we'd use everywhere, and then just when we come to Topalo it may be better, as particularly with a Goodnight Ribbon. Now that those are in the game, maybe better to keep it as a Pupitar with the Goodnight Ribbon bonus. So I think we can use this one. 89 is not bad, and honestly a couple of sub skill seeds, I kind of like that. That was an accident, but I kind of like that. Sub seeds, I kind of like that. main seeds, sub seeds, rather than just drop the skill out of there. It's so much easier to say. Yeah, I like it. That's what we're going with. Use a couple sub seeds on it, and I think we're in business. I think this is, even with the nature, that speed of help down. Keep in mind, both the helping speed and the speed of help down will have, you know, diminishing returns as its base frequency gets faster, because since it's based on a percentage, it will have less and less effect. So as we evolve it, it does get better. I actually kind of like that idea, because I feel like, I mean, this is already a 92 at level 50, but imagine if it was better. Honestly, this is good enough that we don't really need the subseeds, but if we were to use one now, I think now is a good time just to help combat that bad nature. And then if we ever do get nature mints, re-roll, get rid of the speed of help down. I think that would really be the biggest thing for this one, but I'm going to leave it as is for now. We're definitely going to keep this one. It is 88. It doesn't have berry finding or helping bonus, but that's okay. It doesn't have to. It's just nice if it does, but it doesn't have to. But we are going to keep this one. Let's see. This is I-88. And then it is A squared C. All right. Save. And then we'll save this one to the box. And I'm going to let a couple experiments run. This is taking a while to get the final score, but as good as this one is, I did want to sit around and wait. Couple of experiments. Let's see what happens if we get rid of that and hypothetically get very lucky. This, again, I know I just said it, but I'm going to reiterate. Just if we get very, very lucky and only have to use 2 subseeds, how does this turn out? I bet you it's even better, but it looks like not much better, honestly. Actually, let's run this as a Tyranitar. Let's run it as a Tyranitar and see if that changes based on the speed. It looks like about the same so far. That, ooh, I was at 100 for a second. I thought it was going to stay there, to be honest with you. I mean, the good thing is we do have the ingredient finding on the nature, so we'll at least get that benefit up until level 50, but we do have to wait to level 50 to get the other ingredient finders. So that's kind of a bad thing, especially given that pseudos take a while. Oh, I forgot it resets that. Yeah, we need to rerun it because it's taking a big hit because of the AAA. Yeah, pseudo legendaries take a while to level up, so that is the downside, but at a certain point we'll be able to just power through levels, so I think we'll be doing all right. I'm gonna let this one continue to run. This is just an experiment. I don't want to sit here too long, but I'm gonna let this one continue to run. We're definitely saving this one, and we might use this one in the future. This is a pretty good one. But this is my test. I was curious how this is going to turn out. But let's move on. We got another 1,389 sneaky snacking. No new news, but that's to be expected. We did get a medal, though. I'm pretty sure I know what this one's for. Yep, Master 10 at Topalo. Another 20 diamonds. All diamonds today. Just out of curiosity, 180 fire types would get us another energy pillow. That's not bad. Okay. Let's move on to these community reports. Let's see how things are looking. And we've got 48 community reports. Nice. Everybody actually playing the game still. Nice. With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 that doubled up. Very good. Very good. Any level ups today? No level ups. All right. Let's move on. We've got some stuff to collect. Gardevoir. Double trigger. Nice. All right. And then no, there's not going to be any triggers on Marowak. We do have some more Dedenne candy though. A trigger here would be good. No, but the extra sausage isn't bad. With the bigger pot size today, there we go. Another skill trigger from Dedenne. The downside is we did not get a skill trigger from, or not a skill trigger, sorry. We didn't get an extra tasty yesterday, so Dedenne has broken its 1 per day average as of yesterday. So we're a little below that. What is that? We had 5 extra tasties so far. Whatever 5 divided by 6 works out to be, that's the average currently. So, some more herbs from Dragonite. I was hoping for a skill trigger there, but, you know, Gardevoir's got you covered. So let's see. Let's get this breakfast going. I am pretty sure, yeah, plus 45%. So we actually have a 55% extra tasty chance. As high as this chance is, now is the time to throw in all the big stuff. I don't have any more tails because I thought for sure I was going to get extra tasty yesterday and it did not work out. We are going to save a lot of these ingredients. I don't want to use most of them. 1, because we need a lot of them for today. And 2, we don't know what meal we're getting tomorrow. And I'm trying to have a good surplus of ingredients for the meal that I would like to cook, no matter what I get. But we'll get into that a little bit more when I talk about what island, how I decided what island I was going to go to. We can throw in some extra herbs. We are going to have Dragonite on the team the rest of the day, just to make sure we have plenty of herbs. And even if we took Dragonite off the team, that is like 53 herbs left. We would be 1 shy of being able to make, you know what, let's just, yeah, there we go. Now we have enough herbs and sausage to make lunch and dinner no matter what. But I plan to leave Charizard and Dragonite on the team. Charizard has berry finding, of course, plus brings in extra sausage, and ingredient magnet could help with stocking up on some of that other ingredients that we need for tomorrow. So that's why they're on the team, just to make sure we have enough to fill up the pot for lunch and dinner without having to worry about using ingredients from other meals that I want to make. But they also bring in a healthy amount of berry strength as well throughout the day. So that's good. Extra tasty. Wow, 55% chance of extra tasty, and I missed it. 66,450. Wow. Okay, well, very interesting question now. How high can I get, how high can I get this extra tasty chance and still miss it? I'm kind of curious. Part of me wants to hit the cap just to say I did. For those of you that don't know, I believe the cap with Dedenne that you can get extra is 70%. So we're not there yet. I believe that means 90% is what it would show with the 20% bonus from today being Sunday. So if we hit 90%, that means with the 10% natural, it's a guaranteed extra tasty. But am I gonna have to get to 100% before I get the extra tasty? That's the question. Master 11, like I said, part of me wants to get there just to say I did, but I really don't. Like, it's really bad if I get to that point. But we are Master 11 halfway through. What did we say yesterday? That I was gonna try for Master 13? I mean, at this point, I feel like with a 55% chance, the odds of getting all 3 meals today not extra tasty is very low. So Master 13 is pretty much guaranteed at this point. I think it's about 200,000 away, but 1 extra tasty is going to be about 180 grand. And then with the sneaky snacking and other berries that we're going to get throughout the day, I'm pretty sure we're going to get it. Plus the other meal is another 60. So yeah, there's no reason we shouldn't hit Master 13. 15, I think, was like the, hey, that would be a rousing success if we could make it. But that's seeming like it's very far away. I think we'd have to have both meals extra tasty. And actually what I think I'm going to do, I think I'm going to stop collecting from Dedenne until I make lunch. Odds are lunch is most likely going to go extra tasty. And I don't think we need to add chances to that. So I think we save some Dedenne skill triggers for dinner and kind of strategically plan out these extra tasty chances that we're getting from Dedenne. But overall, I've been happy with Dedene's performance on the team. And like I said, I believe it was yesterday's video, if Dedene was more invested in and more of an optimal candidate for this, it would be even better. Like I said, my Dedene is suboptimal and it still performed pretty well. Now, there were some comments that rightly so pointed out 1 week of Dedene research for me is not enough of a sample set to determine if Dedene is actually going to be very good for everyone, and that's true. But I'm just hoping that my 1 week can add to the overall data set that other people are having, because I have seen a lot of people have a lot of good luck and a lot of good performance out of Dedene on their team. Some for multiple weeks, and I think someone in the comments also said they'd been running it for a couple months and it had been doing very well for them. So keep in mind, this is something you would have to run for yourself, see if you actually do like it, but it does seem to be like it is a viable thing. That aside, let's go ahead and move on. Let's collect these missions real fast. We've got cook 17 times for basically 1,600 dream shards. 402 berries to give us 3 small handy candies, and go to bed on time for 15 diamonds. The day of diamonds is what this is turning out to be. All right, very good. Very, very good. And now we can get into how I decided where I'm going next week. And I'm not sure if many people know that this is something you can do, so that's why I wanted to kind of highlight this. I didn't even realize it was something I could do until I started looking, but if you click on your main menu down here and you click on map, it takes you to the islands where you can see everything, of course. But what I didn't realize, I think I had seen it before, but I just never really clicked that it was actually there, is you can click on the island that you're looking at and click on area decks, and it shows you exactly how many out of the total number of sleep styles for each category that you have found. So basically what I did just run through and add up all the missing sleep styles. So here I'm missing 23, and then another, if we go down to snoozing, I'm missing another 27, and then for slumbering, I'm missing another 9 for a grand total of 59. So 59 missing there, and I just did that for every island. Went through, clicked on them, clicked area decks, added it all together, and moved on. And by the end of it, I realized that I was missing 59 sleep styles on green grass, 36 on Cyan Beach, 56 on Taupe Hollow, 22 on Snowdrop Tundra, which is funny because I like Snowdrop Tundra because it's challenging, but it's actually the island I've done the best in terms of the sleep decks. And a whopping 69 sleep styles missing from Lapis Lakeside. So Lapis Lakeside is where we're going to be going next week for that reason. I have already put together several teams, just depending on what we get. But with the fact that we're getting pseudo balance next week, that should make it easier for us to get a lot of those sleep styles that we're missing. We don't have to get the particular sleep type that each one is under. So for example, I'm missing Venusaur. I don't have to get dozing to see Venusaur. However, I do need to make sure that I'm going to hit a high drowsy power to get a lot of these sleep styles that I'm missing. So to that end, like I said, I have put together several teams. And oh, we didn't talk about that Tyranitar. What was it? 93, 98? Somewhere around there. It was very high. You saw what it was. I forgot what it was. And I've already clicked off the page, but it was 93, 98. It was very highly rated. Very good. So moving on to that end, we are going to Lapis. I have already put together these 3 teams. Just depends on what we get. And what I like is that now that I have saved these teams here, it tells me what I should expect to get strength-wise from these teams that have been put together. You can see Dedene's on the team again. I'm going to try to run this experiment again, and that's why I want to have plenty of ingredients stocked up for tomorrow. The plan is to, just depends on which ones we get, but either make Dream Eater Butter Curry again, Calm Mind Fruit Salad, or Jigglypuff's Fruity Flan, and I actually don't think I have these updated to their proper levels. So that might actually be... the strength that we're getting might actually be incorrect, because I'm pretty sure Calm Mind Fruit Salad is higher than that. I also don't think I selected Calm Mind Fruit Salad. Did I? Maybe I did. 37.49. Yeah, I did. Okay. For some reason, I was thinking Calm Mind fruit salad was above the 57 pot capacity, but it's not. I just don't have them at the right level. So Calm Mind fruit salad is actually 53. So we might actually get better results now that I realize this is not the proper numbers. I thought it would update based on what I have on my recipe page, but apparently it doesn't. So be aware of that. And then Jigglypuff is 37. Okay. So now that that is plugged in, let's make sure we save. So let's go and look again. Let's, yeah, I have to do it. Okay, so let's just do it for the actual, I have to do it on each one. That's kind of unfortunate. I'm sure there's a way to sync it, but I don't want to look for that right now. We'll just do this one. It'll be faster for me to just type it in real quick. Let's save again. And then for desserts, we will go to the Fruity Flan, and that I believe was 30 something. 37. 37. Okay. And then save. And now we should see updated totals. Yes, we do have updated totals. Sweet. Okay. So curry and salads kind of are going to go the same way, about 1.75 million, 1.75 million, however you want to say it, strength by the end of the week. So both should go very well. Honestly, I'm kind of in a way hoping that I get salads because I feel like I'm more confident in this team's ability to get me what I need more consistently. Meowscarada has kind of let me down over the last few weeks, but I think that's because it needs to be level 50 before we really see that return on investment that we need for potatoes. It's just unfortunately not been producing as much as I would have liked. And dessert, we all know how eggs go with Abomasnow for me. So kind of hoping that I don't get desserts for two reasons. One, it is significantly lower in strength. And two, it's dealing with Abomasnow. So we'll see how things go. But this is what I'm looking at for next week. These are the teams we're figuring up. I'm not entirely sure that this strength takes into account the extra tasties that we're going to get from Dedenne throughout the week. But if they are, then this is what we're looking at. If not, it's going to be even better. So I'm kind of happy with this number. I don't think it's that big of a deal if it's not taking it into account, because then, you know, it's at least, hey, this is a minimum threshold. I actually kind of would prefer it doesn't take it into account, because I don't want to be like, yeah, I'm going to get 1.75 million and then have really bad luck with Dedenne and end up with only 1 million. But that's the plan for next week. This plan I came up with after figuring out how many sleep styles I was missing and then deciding that I was going to go to Lapis. Wanted to actually be prepared for next week. Honestly, not that big a deal for the sleep styles for me, because I already have all that I need for the goals. But I would like to go ahead and collect some of these extras before we get those new Dex goals. Why not take advantage of the event? But I'm hoping that this idea and this strategy can help people who are missing a decent amount of their sleep decks and really want to maximize the event as much as possible. I think this is a good way. I'm not saying it's the best way, but to me, I feel like this is a good way to figure out what you're missing and plan for it in that regard. Try to have a team ready for everything. I've already got the team set up where all we've got to do is just slide over, unless it's curries. If it's curries, then I actually got to move the team around and switch out the members, but it's only 3 of them. Not that big a deal. But I've already got salads set up and ready to go if we get that. I've got desserts set up and ready to go if we get that. And then I plan to run this team, not that team, that's overnight team. This is my overnight berries team. If everybody's healthy, I can run that. Grocery shopping team to try to stock up on a mix of ingredients that I feel like could hold me back throughout the week. So that's why Abomasnow's on the team. So hopefully we have a decent amount of ingredients stocked up before next week. And then if we roll salads, we can use the curry and dessert ingredients to throw in and fill out the pot and move on. But I think we're pretty well set up for next week. That was my strategy. Hopefully it's helped. Even if you don't take it exactly, maybe it gives you some ideas. If it does, if you've got another strategy that you think is better, drop that in the comments below and let everybody know, because we do want everyone to do well. We are all in this together, and we benefit by sharing our strategies with each other so that everybody can pick and choose and, you know, maybe tweak and make things a little bit better. So that is my strategy for next week. Hopefully it helped you. If it did, make sure to hit that like button. And while you're at it, you know what? Let's go ahead. We got plenty. Let's just make lunch. We'll send this video off with a bang. It's gonna be extra tasty. I can feel it. So let's throw in a bunch of sausage. We can throw in these leeks. We actually don't need them. I typically like to hold on to leeks, but we don't need them for anything. Tomatoes. It's 4 tomatoes. We can get those back pretty easy. And then we can throw in 5 extra corn for sure, because that will still leave us with enough. Trying to think, we needed how many? Now I've lost count. How much corn did we need? 14. That's what we needed. Okay. So I can throw in 5 more. There it is. Okay, my brain just totally left for a second. Gone. All right, let's just throw in, you know what? I'm confident that Dragonite is going to bring in all the herbs anyway. I don't think we're going to have to worry. We have a 55% chance of extra tasty. Let's end it with a bang. Come on. There we go. 55% chance that we got 2 meals and only one of them went extra tasty. 200,000. Well, we might be at Master 15 pretty soon. I think we were actually a little over 200,000 away, so maybe not right now, but it'll be very close. Very close. All right. Yeah, it's going to be about 10K shy. Yeah. So we're definitely getting to Master... I said 15. I meant 13. We're definitely getting to Master 13 today. Ending the video with a bang, ending the week on a high note. Skill trigger there? Nope, just another Cocoa. That's cool, we can use those. But all right, that's going to be it for today. So thank you for watching the video. Make sure to hit that subscribe button if you do enjoy these videos. A huge shout out to our ace trainers, Flight Master, Illusion, JP, White, Husky Star, and Jassy. Thank you for supporting the channel. If you'd like to support the channel, go ahead and click that join button right next to the subscribe button. For $5 a month, you can get early access to the videos and a shout out. And while you're down there, go ahead and click on the link to the Discord in the description box. Come and join us, talk about Pokemon Sleep and other strategies that don't necessarily make it into the videos that we just kind of discuss, and join that discussion with us. We'd love to have you. Other than that, y'all have a good night. Let me know your strategies in the comments below, as I said before. And other than, I'd say the same thing again. Y'all have a good night, and until next time, later, dudes.